Yeah, sure.
Oh, I thought he was going to say right there. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone.
No.
Oh, man.
Are you hearing us okay, Amanda? Hello to you.
Oh,
Hello, Jeff.
John.
Yes, sir.
Quick question. I would like to change out a spell because it does something similar to what one of the features you gave me does.
Okay.
Is that okay with you?
Yes,
Me to just...
absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Cool.
That makes sense.
Thank you.
John, I will have my backstory and stuff to you hopefully this weekend.
Okay.
I'm going to have some downtime and hopefully I can use that.
She's going to hand deliver it to you.
That stuff.
There you go.
That'd be amazing.
I'll take that.
Go up on your doorstep, be like, "Hello, it is me, your favorite D&D player."
Your favorite D&D.
Shh,
Yeah,
you weren't
like-
supposed to tell them, Becca.
Becca,
Well, I was going to say D&D wench because I have a
No, you're not supposed to tell Rory that.
Okay. So Rory has a group of guys he plays D&D with, and the wives have a group chat called D&D wenches. So we are the D&D wenches, and this is.
You
my
guys should
brother.
start your own group.
No. We sit and gossip while they go play their game, and I get to find out all the good secrets. So
But do you not want to play?
I play with you guys every week.
But that sounds like not as fun. Our group is okay. It's not that great.
Our group is the best, Josh. How dare you disrespect us like that?
Hob!
Hello, Hob.
Hi, Hobby.
Hello, everyone out there in Twitch land. We'll be switching over to video momentarily. Thanks for joining us. Hello, Miss Swiss. Kateria, hello. How are you, Rachel? Thanks for joining us tonight.
I'm a lot of stress.
I could be heard, right? Yeah.
Yeah, you are heard.
Nice.
What was
Nothing.
Hob, what did you do?
Huh?
Your face. It's so
What?
gorgeous.
What are you talking about?
You're so pretty. Ha.
I look tired.
You look hot.
I've been working like a crazy person.
Hello, Larry. I know I still owe you a
Starting
response,
show.
my friend. I'll check that soon. It's been a busy weekend and week. All right, let's go ahead and let's kick off our intro video here while we still have one player that's already logged in, but she's getting dinner ready for the family, so just give us 1 second for that.
How did I know?
And let's go ahead and let's watch this.
Okay, do one more time. All right, good. Just checking.
Hey, Josh.
Sure the acoustics work.
Welcome. We're getting all set here for an exciting episode of Greyhawk Awakening. And yes, if you missed it last time, it's been a few weeks. We enjoyed the holiday and the New Year, and then we had a special one-shot last week with Josh, which was a blast, and got a lot of good feedback on that. And, we had a battle of dueling bards in which my bard and Hobbs' bard fell in love. Platonic on one side and maybe not on the other side, I think. But
It's fine,
I
though. It's
want to be in the middle.
fine. Shoot.
hello, Natasha. It was a beautiful experience. I agree. It really was. I still think the circus, the performance of Circus was the highlight, Hub.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
all
you
that
think
was
so?
just so good.
my brain panicked, and I was like, "What's the first song to come to your head?" It was that song.
Well done.
At least we know when the gun is to your head, when the cards are on the table, and you're asked to sing one song. Circus.
And she set me up so beautifully with her rhyme and allowed me to come in and use, I think, what will ever go down as a fantastic mixing of the word, rhyming of the word tragic with phallic as she played her flute.
It was amazing. It was amazing. I was like, I didn't realize that John could rap.
Yeah.
Oh.
So you can, and
Call him Lil John.
Oh, you missed. Josh and I had a little moment before we went live. Yeah, it's.
They call him BJ, Biggie John.
Whoa, easy there, Josh. They do not call me BJ. No, they do not.
They do.
They can.
They can.
No, they can't.
Everybody, let's get a poll up, Amanda. Let's get a poll up. Should John be called BJ or LJ?
Hey, and does Josh like his teeth in his mouth? That is a great question. Uh-oh, I'm going to get banned. I just threatened physical violence on my Twitch channel. It's a joke, everybody. It's a joke.
First time. You heard it here first.
The first thought that came to mind is that Josh would be better with his mouth without the teeth in.
Oh, that's actually probably true. All right, and Vivi's going to be with us in a moment. Big Bad John. Let's go ahead and enjoy the upcoming, soon to be here, any moment to be live for registration, Blue Box Con 2023.
The music.
Yeah, I know. Like, I tried to build it up dramatically, and then it went a different direction, didn't it?
Who should have the mystery?
Oh, me.
I think it should be given to the lady, yes.
I like to be lightly on.
This is great.
Hey, look at those dummies.
Both of you, because you both have unarmored defense, wearing this will not cancel out unarmored defense.
Well,
You just have different types of unarmored defense.
this could fit me, though, couldn't it?
No, yeah, it'll absolutely fit. It'll actually, as you wear it, it'll fit to your body as you wear it.
Oh, I think.
I
Actually,
don't know what was going on with our cameras that year. That was awful.
You're taking it back?
this has my name on it.
I don't think so.
Yeah, my name was Mithril. That was my real name.
Outstanding. Blue Box Con, May 19th through 21st. And we're going to have a fantastic time. This year, we're doing some of the same things we've done in years past, but we have some new things that we'll be doing. It's going to be a lot of fun. And registrations will open this coming next few days. It'll be very, very soon. Welcome, everyone, to Blue Box. You notice we have an empty box there. She will be with us momentarily. Vivi is getting things ready for the kids. And we are now in episode 101 of Greyhawk Awakening. I want to thank my cast for being here with us tonight, and it's been a few weeks since we've been together because, of course, we enjoyed the holiday season. Hope everyone had a great Christmas. And your new year is off to an excellent start, and I'm looking forward to some gaming with you. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to do what happened last time so we can get everyone refreshed. I'll help with that a little bit tonight. And then we'll also do our player introductions, and we'll get into the game. So before I get started, let me just say again, hello to all of my players. And we don't normally do this, but since it's been a few weeks, just say hello to the fans. And any of you want to kind of mention what you've been up to the last couple of weeks. Let's start with you, Josh.
Josh does nothing all the time.
I'm Josh Blake. I'm an LA-based actor, voice actor. I'm not part of any other projects other than this, other than what I do in my free time of background acting or trying to get into voiceover classes or make TikToks on npc.voices. since my first account I got locked out of.
Well,
But
don't forget
besides-
the OnlyFans. That's the
Oh, the
biggest thing.
OnlyFans, that's right. My OnlyFans, where I sell special, like, fan type items.
That's where the money comes in.
Yeah, that's where the real money I get. But yeah, besides all that, I do absolutely nothing, so you can find me here on Tuesdays. Boo-boo.
Outstanding. Vivi, talk to us about what's going on in your world.
What do you mean? Nothing really going on. Also, nothing really going on in my world other than the stream and just trying to find a new job.
Well, so far, all of you Blue Box fans, you can see why I love these players so much. Every DM longs for a player that says, I really have nothing going on in my life except work and your stream, John. That is an outstanding player to have in your... I'm teasing. All right, let's go to you, Becca, who is going to be with us here in Tennessee very soon, and I won't ask why.
Hi guys, I'm Becca South, and newly married, working full time, travel a lot recently, and we'll be traveling again here soon. That's me.
You're not very good at this,
We all
Becca.
have this like riveting information.
I mean, the cool
learning a
stuff
lot
isn't
about you
coming
guys.
until August. Like,
Now I'm reminded why I so rarely do this.
Yeah, I was gonna say, John's like, now I understand why I don't do this anymore.
don't put me on the spot. Don't do it.
Yeah. No, exactly, Kurt. Yeah, OnlyFans. No, I don't think so, Rob. Okay, let's go to you, Rory.
Well, I'll try to make it a little bit more interesting. Of course, there's work. There's this D&D always on Tuesdays, also every other Sunday, except for the 16th because of thank you NFL and Vikings. So the 16th, you'll see me here also. Other than that kind of stuff. By the way, Vivi, we hire remotely, just so you know, and your Central Time, so all the better. But anyways, this is. I don't know.
Oh, come on, Rory. What is this? This is unprofessional. What
Are
doing?
you hiring me?
Sorry, there was a
You're
tree
getting
there.
hired.
You can't see it, but I
Come
just
on,
built. I took the doors off the cupboard, and I built like a. Becca wanted like. By the way, yeah, whatever. Anyways,
Rory, you're going down in flames right now, bro. Try to bring it back.
This is definitely more interesting than the other ones.
That's true.
100%.
You can't really see it, but there it is. Yeah, like inside the cupboard, I created a little dog eating area, so she has it's like
Aw.
an end unit on the cupboard.
So cute.
I've been giving
adorable.
Rory lots of household stuff to fix, and now we're painting cupboards, and he's going to be remodeling and doing all these things because I like pretty stuff. So
Ooh, I like remodeling.
Yeah, very
Josh
cool.
likes just
models.
modeling.
Very cool.
No, not modeling.
And
remodeling.
last but
I
not
like
least,
doing, not decorating.
yeah, exactly. Last but not least, the glamour model we have on with us tonight, Hob, all fixed up. Yeah, I don't know, like was this just for us tonight, Hob?
For the first time, you don't look like you just rolled up.
Really?
You don't have the rollers in your hair tonight. I mean, we're feeling special.
Oh, I took a shower.
That's what it is.
Yeah, that's what
Okay.
I use.
That's the
nice
special
and the shop
occasion.
clean
Yeah,
for
is that
once.
soap? Can I see
Yeah.
soap?
I use that Dove stuff. Yeah. You know, my name's Hob. I work a lot right now. I'm
There
trying
you
to
go.
get promoted. Oh,
Nice.
I work so much, and just trying to move. I'm working on some big projects right now with Blue Box. I'm trying to play catch up with some of them right now, because work gets in the way. But other than that, this is the only D&D that I play. and
Let's
I look
go.
forward to it
That's
every
amazing.
Tuesday.
Oh, that's
So
a
you're
lie.
moving
This
to
is not-
Nashville, right?
I don't know. They did steal my things.
Yeah,
so
that's true. That's true.
Well, no. Okay, now,
She's moving to Canada. That's where she's moving.
no.
Duh.
Okay, no, they're
Fight
like
for me.
everyone.
I 100% will.
Everyone knows. Okay. I thought it was my stream, but I don't think it is. I can't get a word in edgewise. I'm teasing. No, I love it. I was watching the clip on TikTok. I love it when Vivi shushes me too. That's always fun. She's like, shh, shh.
Pretty sure I was shushing Kelsey and not you.
I know you were. Hey,
Just
so
take it personally.
exactly. Well, the fact I remember it, obviously, I did take it personally. So,
That one time Vivi shushed me.
He never forgot it.
all right.
Still talk about it.
That one time, yeah, no, it's only because it was on TikTok.
Man,
So,
is John trying to talk? That's weird.
yeah, true. So I'm always trying to. We are going to play a game tonight, by the way, everybody. But I'm just enjoying. I haven't seen my players in several weeks, and I wanted to just chat with them a bit first. So, I am always trying to recruit all of my players to come to Tennessee. It is a great spot, very central in the U.S. Nashville, one of the fastest growing towns, one of the lowest cost of livings, no state income tax, and of course, the closer. Yeah. See, but today, the glorious news. This just came hot off the press today. The number one reason. Now, for those of you that already live West Coast, this just means it's okay to move here. For those of you that don't, this would be a reason to move here. I'm going to share my screen with you.
Oh, it's John's OnlyFans. He's finally started it.
There it is.
Finally, God.
Oh, in
and out, coming to Tennessee, baby. I have literally been praying for this for 12 years.
God, it's gonna be so packed.
They are no. You misapprehend, Miss Hobb. Let me finish. They're building their East Coast distribution center here in Franklin, 30 minutes from my house. This is not one. They don't have anything east of Texas. And so they're building their East Coast distribution center 30 minutes from my house, and there are going to be In-N-Outs all over this place. I'm so excited.
John's gonna invest. He's gonna invest.
Oh, actually, yeah. I'm gonna.
We were in California.
I was gonna say invest soon.
I want to buy I want a franchise.
In-N-Out. So
okay.
we're moving to Tennessee now.
If it's
There you go.
In-N-Out or Cookout, like I'd
What the
take
heck is
Cookout.
Cookout?
Cookout is the best.
We don't know her.
Do you
Can
know-
somebody explain
Wait, Josh, what were you saying?
In-N-Out is? Because I don't even
Oh,
know.
honey.
Josh, what were you saying?
Linda,
Honey.
listen. Linda, listen. It is the most mouth-watering,
But
juicy
what
burger.
makes it good? Like, what is it that makes
Animal
it different
style.
than
You gotta
The
get
price.
animal style. It has
The
the
price
secret
is what
sauce,
makes
it's got
it
the
good.
Cheese. It's got
Animal
the
style is just a
grilled
Thousand Island
onions.
dressing and Kraft singles cheese on top. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I can make that shit
Pretty
out.
much.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go ahead and let's play some D&D, shall we? But it's great. I mean, by the way, Josh, if you were right, I would agree with you. You are so wrong. It is
Cookout
not.
is way better.
Wait.
I don't know what that is.
I'm sorry. What'd you say, Josh?
Uh-oh.
What'd you say?
That's way better.
He got it out before I could get him muted. Well done. All right. Let's go to what happened last time. Rory, you're up.
Oh,
Yeah, Vivi.
I wasn't even here last time.
Vivi, that's your own
Still, you
fault.
have
Just
to.
give me a little reminder. Just, if you give me a little cue, then I'll get the rest of it. What do we do?
Last time, the 5 of us. There
Yep.
you go. That's your cue.
That's pathetic.
Yeah.
You were
The
laying
six
in
of us.
bed.
You were.
left.
It was just this little drow battle and your conversion to
Oh,
Paylor, and
got it,
it was
got
nothing significant.
Left.
You see,
lot of
I needed a
religious
real
stuff happened.
substantial
I was
clue.
getting there.
You didn't even remember
Yes.
there was a huge substantial thing to your character?
It's okay.
It's been a couple weeks, and it's been a couple weeks. So yes, we were leaving the something of Last Chance, Port of Last Chance. Something.
No,
of
it's just called Last Chance.
Oh,
Yeah,
Last Chance. So we left Last Chance and went out into the wilderness, into the bare bones, bitter, cold, horrible place that Rizia lives in. And we continued forward. And as we approached forward on this very cloudy, gloomy day, we ran into a group of drow. And they insisted that they take their dear friend and now vicious enemy, Anaho, due to his removal of his tattoo of the previous session, right? So the tattoo was removed as he converted over to Paylor and or accepted Paylor. And so then we run into these drow and they just demand Anaho, like the good friends that they all are. They all, or bloodthirsty individuals, I don't know, went into combat to save, let's say, Anaho. And so we fought off these drow. There's a Dryder that came in and started attacking. Val was, I think, nearly killed. with the second large spider landing on Val again. Rowan transformed into a werewolf and threw that thing off of him, trying to make amends with Val. Not sure how well that went over with a scary werewolf still standing over him, but she did remove the giant dead Drider from his body. Rizia was chasing after things to kill him, as well as Rasmus. The whole time, Anaho is just bathing in the light of Palor, not really engaging in any of the combat, staying quite peaceful. But he had to make a choice of what he was going to do. Ultimately, he ended up choosing to fully embrace Palor and lost some of his dexterity, lost some of his, I think it was his con,
right.
Gained some wisdom.
That's right.
Wisdom, yeah.
Yeah, he got a significant bump to wisdom.
Yep. And that's leading places. Palor accepted him as one of his, I believe he said, chosen paladins.
Exactly.
And then I think we made it a little bit further and decided to then camp because it was already quite long and exhausting.
Yeah, so after his conversion, and of course there was this brilliant flash of light, the party was already...
Oh, yes.
The party was... I'm so glad I can remind you. The party was already about to overcome the drow, but you also had those who were close to mortally wounded. And it was Anaho breaking forth, the light of Palor briefly blasting forth from him, felling the final foes. And then as... that glow subsided, the party healed, did some gathering of items from the drow, what would survive, sunlight and transport, and then made camp beneath the looming spires of Shadewall. Shadewall, of course, is the target which you, like an arrow, have unerrantly been moving toward from the day that Rizia and the rest of the party that still live took the glyph. Now only Rizia has the glyph. Everyone else in the party has died, with the exception of Anaho, who managed to avoid taking the glyph by hiding when the rest of the party was taken inside the tavern in Relastra way back in episode, I think, 3 or 4. And so,
going to say, did I die?
No.
I was like, when everyone was gone, everybody died? And then you're like, Rizia is the only one with the glyph. I was like, wait, how the heck did you get rid of it? And I still
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry.
So she has the glyph, but was not part of the original party.
Right.
Was part of a different group, and so you now have Shadewall. It looms like a dark specter atop the Raker Mountains. You are in the very, very pinnacle of the Rakers. The air here so thin, your breath is labored. Nothing has thawed here in Lord knows how many years. The wind is bitter and chill, biting through the trees, knocking snow off the boughs that occasionally finds its way into your encampment, sizzling in the flames of your fire as the wind whips through, cutting through knifes through your garments, knifes through your clothing. Your wan fire tries to spit out some little bit of heat. But it's as though the cold just presses down upon it with a physical manifestation of its power, and there is little light or warmth that comes from your fire. As you all stand around, your faces illuminated by the guttering flames, the recent wounds done to Rowan's ego yet drift on the winds, as Valfino seems to be quite pleased with himself. And as each of the party members stare around the flames of the fire, Anaho looks at Rasmus and says, and go ahead and pick up from your Discord chat, Rory.
Rasmus, do you know much about Drax?
Yeah, probably as much as you do.
Well, even in my little knowledge of him, he seems quite powerful.
Little.
That's funny.
He's very powerful, and the one that he was shown with is even more powerful than him.
So if that is the case, then what is to wise and little minions? Wise and little minions to do his work. If he is so mighty, why not just do it himself?
And this is all being said while Rasmus is laying in his bedroll, kind of hands behind his head. He turns over to his side, leaning on his hand, and looks over at Anaho in his bedroll or wherever he's at.
Fair enough.
As we have this pillow talk. Honestly, I do not know. It could have to do with maybe political. That from what you all told me, there are those nuns that we've encountered a few times in Relostra and at this location that we are headed to. And it seems like Drax and them might be separate. And if they are, Drax may not be able to steal the bone for himself if it infringes on another party. Or maybe it's that he's unable to get to this point via a protection of some sort of the item.
And that could make sense, but if that is the case, what is it that you know about the nuns? I have seen you speak to them. Why would they want something like this?
If Drax wants it, then I assume it's some sort of powerful object. And many beings, whether good or bad, are always looking for powerful objects.
And what happens if, well, I suppose. So we have 4 options then. And I raise my voice. I'm sure it's easy to hear anyway,
Sure.
but I do make it apparently obvious that other people can hear me.
Yeah, everyone can hear. You're all in close proximity. Occasionally a word is muted by the shriek of the wind through the trees and the pop of the campfire, but you're all so close you can pick up what's being said.
So then I imagine we have 4 options. 5, actually. But one is kind of the same as the other. We could, as Rizia was instructed, give the object to Drax. As you have instructed us, give the object to the fiend. We could leave it with the nuns.
Then both of them
I know I
die.
said 4, but I think that's only 3. Or we could do nothing, which is leaving it with the nuns. And then one is like the other.
Yeah.
How are we so sure Rizia will interrupt?
Oh,
As
hello,
you guys
Valencia. I thought you were asleep. Hello.
Oh, was I sleeping?
No one had gone to sleep yet.
We were just so quiet. I wasn't sure.
Rizia will actually, she'll have her back turned to you guys as you guys are conversating, but as you guys say about giving it to the nun, she will conversing. Yeah, she'll turn. Whatever. Shut up. I love you.
Rizia's like, we talk about nuns.
Yeah. No, so Rizia will actually turn. If we do give it to the nuns, how are we so sure that they can get rid of this cliff?
It is not
That
giving
Rowan
it to
and I
the
have.
nuns. They have it.
Well, then why would we give it to the nuns? Or
We
let the
wouldn't.
nuns-
By doing nothing, Rizia, we give it to the nuns.
Then we're obviously that's not an option. Why even discuss it then?
Well, it is an option. It is not the preferable option.
No,
but it is
death
an
to
option.
me and Rowan is definitely not an option.
Hey, yeah, not the preferable.
That's not the preferable, but what is the outcome, Rizia?
Death.
No, but what is the other outcome? What happens if Drax gets this, or the Fiend gets this? What happens if the nuns keep it?
If the nuns keep it, we die. As she looks over to Rowan.
But what happens to the rest of the people?
We wouldn't know because we'd be dead.
I mean, you wouldn't. We might.
Yeah, I would not be dead. I don't die. But
What exactly are you trying to get at here, Anaho?
well,
It is the worst
all-
of 2 evils. I think
Yeah.
that's what my minuscule man is trying to say.
you can say little. It is okay.
I wanted to make an alliteration. as he's going to kind of be turn a little bit. Yeah, sorry. As he will lean his head up to like look over wherever Rizzy is behind. Anaho, in all of his brusque glory, there are 3 options. One of them, leave with nuns. That would kill you both. Not really what we want to do. 2, we give to Drax. Drax is in league with Grast, the demon, one of the demon princes of the Abyss. Very bad news. If we give to Drax, who knows who else will die? Who knows?
Including yourself.
Including us, including you two, of course. But in the Fiend Sage is this odd third variable that we are not sure about. It seems like the lesser of the 3 evils, but also, once again, going back to it, it is an unsure possibility. I would prefer not to give to Drax or leave with the nuns, so that's only the 3rd option that I am personally choosing. But as he's just kind of flinging his arms in the air as he tries to explain while also looking back at you two.
But it is slightly more than that. I mean, it is true what you're saying, Erasmus. But what
are you trying to get
any of these 3 outcomes, there is a, not even suspected, there is an evil power that is desiring to control the object.
Yes.
Which only results in destruction, which results in deaths of lives. So there is, and Drizia, I have stayed with you this whole time, take no offense to what I say. There is your life, and yours too, Rowan. And there is the lives of thousands. Perhaps, if we give it to Drax, since Wynn is an evil guy, honest. If we give it to the Fiend, since when has a Fiend ever done anything good? They're a Fiend. Who's to say you don't die anyways?
So you're saying better our lives than the lives of potential thousands?
What I am saying is we are walking into more than we might always be considering. And keeping that in mind as we go forward is probably smart. But you are correct, Rowan. Your lives, too, were thousands. That is a true fact that we should consider.
Stop you there, Anaho. Who's to say that we as a group, you and I, we all got marked with the glyph to do this thing for Drax? Rowan and her group all got marked with the same glyph. Mm-hmm. Who's to say if we die, they are not going to just mark other people to get what they want? It's not the simplicity of just 2 people dying, as Rowan and I just die and nobody else does. It will continue over and over again until they get what they want.
But it does not have to, Rizia.
In which way?
Well, as I had mentioned, it is a mere consideration as we go forward, not an ultimate decision. It is not, and I would not fight for my whole life next to you if I were saying let's give up. That is not what I'm saying. But as we walk into the absolute abyss that is on this plane, the shadow wall over there with all those nuns, as we walk forward into this darkness, let us just be aware of the things that we are choosing to give to Drax, evil, to give to a Fiend, evil, to remain with the nuns, evil, or to remove and find another means to say either destroy, remove the things from your hands. I am simply saying there perhaps is an option that we have not considered.
If that
option would have to come in pretty quickly, considering the amount of time that either of us have on our hands.
I do not deny that.
As you say that, Rizzy actually grabs your wrist and she'll like hold it up, just with the glyph. We both don't have much time. And she'll actually bring her hand, she'll bring your hand down again after she lifts it up, but then she'll just hold it for a second, like your wrist for a minute. Just hold it for a little bit longer and then she'll let it go. But she's not gonna like pick it up and then drop it immediately. Like she picks it up and then she like brings it down and then drops it.
All right, cool. We do not.
I mean, cool. Cool.
We do not have much time, but in all reality, Rizia, we did not have enough time to even get here. And yet we are here.
By sheer dumb luck.
Perhaps.
And to be fair, I don't want to continue to rely on pure dumb luck.
But perhaps
rather
it
be
was
over.
not. Perhaps it was. Maybe we just need to talk to Yaj again. I don't know. That seems to be our dumb luck. But I am saying that just because we have the item does not mean we have to give it up. And it does not mean that you have to die.
I understand what you're saying, Anaho, but time has not been on our side for a long time.
And I
Time
fail
is
to
always
see
on our
any
side.
other option besides the 3 that stand before us. And I agree with
2.
Rasmus as opposed to who I'm giving it to.
Run.
2 options. I would not take the third option. There is no third option, just the 2 options.
It's just because he mentioned it. That's all.
It's a
And
choice
I am
that we can make.
unmentioning it.
Are you two ready? to
Valid.
die?
If I haven't been ready, if I was ready to die, I wouldn't be fighting this whole way to get here.
And I don't know. At least not until it comes.
It is hard to know until you've been swallowed by a purple worm.
Wow, somebody put that on a T-shirt. I like that.
I
It
would
is
not
hard to
say
know
it.
unless you've been swallowed by a purple worm. Hey, I wanted to say real quick, thank you so much to our friends over at TLG, Trollord Games, and Chuck. They just rated us with 89 people. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We're just getting started. This is Greyhawk Awakening, and my amazing crew here tonight. They stand in the shadows of the looming spires of Shadewall, a target that they have been after for some time now. And this is a fantastic group, and so we're really glad to have you all joining with us tonight. We do have 2 giveaways that we're doing tonight. One is going to be one of these gorgeous blue box mouse pads. That's the current giveaway that's in there, so type ! giveaway. These are not stickers. These are actually, I don't know how they do this, but it's like anyone that's gotten these, they're awesome. They're really well made, excellent mouse pads. And then later tonight, we're also going to give away this Scarlet Brotherhood, this thick, it is a gorgeous resource manual, full color pieces inside. And then because we have a raid from TLG and Chuck, we're going to do a $25 gift card to Trollord Games, and Chuck, I'm going to pay for that. So I'm not expecting TLG to pay for it. I'm going to pay for a $25 gift card to TLG. If you've seen it, they've had really they've had a lot of influx since the announcements that have occurred with WotC, and I don't really want to get into that. But just know that TLG, good folks over there, and we're very thankful for the support that they give us, and thank you for the raid. So if you're just joining us now tonight, please go ahead and type ! giveaway in the chat, and we appreciate all the follows and the subs. We're actually trying to get to 2,250 followers before the end of March. Last thing I'll say before we resume play, because I forgot to say this earlier, is mark your calendars. We have a huge event coming up here in just a few weeks, which is the Greyhawk fundraising mega stream. This is a charity stream for St. Jude Children's Hospital, and that's going to be on February 17th through 19th. I'll actually be running 3 streams during this charity stream, and so please join us if you can and participate in that. So thank you again to our friends at TLG, and thank you everyone that joined us, and we appreciate all the follows. Thank you, Chuck, for the gift subs, and let's resume the play. Thank you for letting me interrupt players. Go ahead and pick up where you were. The fire continues to crackle. It seems as though it's struggling in its valorous battle against the cold. And you get the distinct feeling that you're being watched as those bleak gray and black walls tower high above you.
Can I make a perception check?
Sure.
Thank you.
It's
Jeepers creepers, who is using their peepers?
Uh-oh.
That's the nat 20 right there.
What? Okay.
That's the nat 20.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, so, Hob, are you laying down on your bedroll yet, or are you still standing by the fire?
She was probably, I think, she wasn't laying down. She was, sitting.
Okay. So you're kind of, legs folded, seated in front of the fire. You cast a glance up, this nervousness this unease that you sense. And as you look at those walls, as I described last time, huge spires that look like nothing more than claws trying to rake at the very heavens. This place, which has been abandoned now for 400 years, you do see light that seems to, there's a constant cloud cover here. But as the wind is blowing these clouds through with great speed, there's a brief glimpse, a break in the clouds, where you think you see something flashing even higher than the peaks of Shadewall itself in the night sky with an electric blue and white charge that seems to flash back and forth and then is covered again by the clouds.
Does that look like regular lightning or special lightning?
Well, it looks the color of regular lightning, but it was in a very confined space, and it just seemed to arc back and forth, not acting like lightning, but the color, sort of the consistency of lightning, but arcing back and forth. And you just happened to look up. It was just this moment as you gazed over your shoulder at those ominous walls. And only, like, if you've ever had that experience in life where you just happen to look at the right time and no one else sees what you see, and you saw that in the parting of the clouds, and then the cloud cover once again obscures.
No. People already think Rowan is crazy. So, she's gonna she's just gonna say, are we supposed to be expecting a storm? As she kind of looks over in that direction of the interesting lightning.
Can I roll a perception or nature? And do I get a bonus because this is my area?
Sure, go ahead and give me your roll.
Says that?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Neck of the woods.
This is my neck of the woods. Ooh, I rolled a big fat 8.
8, and I have your base perception.
What are we doing, nature or perception?
You stick your finger in your mouth and you hold it up.
So as you look up...
So no, 17.
Yeah, so you look up and you know this area. You know the types of storm clouds. You grew up not far from this place. And you know there is no storm here which would be causing lightning. And there is no way that there was, storm lightning that Rowan would have seen.
So as Rowan says that, she actually looks up in the same general direction, still looking at the storm. I can't say that we are expecting one, but I've never seen anything like that before.
Wait, did she see the lightning too?
Lightning.
Did she see the same lightning as
I saw the lightning.
Or?
I saw it.
No, you didn't.
Oh, I did not see the lightning.
No, you did not see the lightning.
Dang.
No, when you looked up, so as I mentioned, the clouds, by the time she made that comment, the cloud cover had already come. You look up, you do not see lightning, but you do recognize the cloud cover. You understand the weather patterns of this area, and
okay.
So sorry if I was not clear.
That was my bad. No, that's okay.
That was all BB.
It's me. I'll take fault for that.
She's like, God, you're really bad.
Yeah,
crazy.
It just looks like a storm. It happens quite often, actually, here. Why?
Nothing. I just does lightning go back and forth in like a horizontal fashion?
Sorry, come again? Did you say lightning?
It's probably nothing, really. Is anyone at the campfire talking about anything else?
No, you kind of have the attention.
Yeah, everything got awkwardly silent. All eyes on you.
She's just gonna make eye contact with all of them, and then.
Yeah.
But Rowan, do not discount what you saw. It is similar to what I was saying about our choices, Rizia. This is an odd place. When we are encountering odd people, just because you think you are imagining things, Rowan, doesn't mean you are.
Anaho, are you saying that the answer to our problems currently lies in the horizontal lightning that only I saw in the sky?
That could be, as whatever that was, whether it was there or not there. I am taking the stance that you probably saw something, but you might be crazy too.
I think she's crazy.
I think you're a little...
But at least if you're crazy, we go in with extra caution.
Here we go, Val vibes up.
Yeah,
Val's like, she is crazy. I hate her.
This conversation and just goes, "Yep, definitely crazy."
Thank you.
Just
I
But
mean,
the real-
it is not a bad thing to be crazy, Rowan. It is okay. You've been through a lot. We all have. Being crazy helps you cope with certain things that you've been through. And that's okay. A little crazy isn't a bad thing.
A lot of crazy is.
Rowan just shuts up. Like, just
It's been a rough night for Rowan.
hurt her a little bit, just a little bit. Yeah, just a touch.
What
She's
I-
like, ah.
Okay, so if this is obvious, then Rizzy will actually sit next to Rowan and try to look into the sky in the direction that she said from her vantage point, seeing that maybe if I'm standing, that's why I didn't see it. So she's like, she just plops down beside you and she's kind of like looking into the sky, and you can see like furrowed eyebrows as she's really kind of concentrating on the spot that you said that you saw lightning. And
As you look up, try as you might, you not only don't see it, you find it highly unlikely, not only that there would be any lightning, but that there would even be any break in these solid clouds.
I'm telling you, it was just probably nothing. No need to strain your eyes.
And she'll still just sit there and still just try to look and see if she can see what
Rowan
you're
appreciates that. Someone's at least trying.
All right, so yeah, for the remainder of the evening, you may look as oft as you like. You are not going to see anymore, but the fact that you have placed such faith in Rowan is not lost upon her.
Yeah, Rowan will just like kind of like lean up against her for a second, like a nudge, you know, like as a thanks, kind of, without saying thanks.
And
All
she'll just spend like most of the night sitting there until she goes to bed, just trying to squint at the spot in which you pointed horizontal lightning.
Dang, I
Which,
really want to
again,
believe her.
In her brain, no, she's doing it more just to entertain you a little bit because she feels bad, but she's still trying to. And plus, what Rory was saying, or sorry, with
Anaho.
Gimbal, Anaho.
Anaho.
Thank you. I was
There you
like, name. Anaho was saying about not seeing
One of the
things.
kids.
Also because he was just talking about us dying as an option, so she's just gonna sit
I'll
with
take any
Rowan.
options at this point. Where's that lightning?
When,
I'd rather not die, thank you. Where is this lightning?
when Anaho's
Holy
devious
cow.
plan to unite the party actually works. So, Rizzy, as you're laying there, you know, the conversation begins to die down, and as it does, you hear in your mind the familiar, gravelly, absent-minded tones of Halcyon, your sentient axe. And he says, Rizia, you're not asleep yet. A word, please. May I?
Of course.
I suppose this comes as no surprise to you, but I definitely feel something is amiss. This was my home so long ago, but I feel it is not as it was. We must be very careful. And your friend, I fear his conversation is concerning.
And she'll actually this time not speak out loud, but just telepathically to him because she has done it before and it worked. Which friend?
Your recently converted friend. You must know, religious zealots, they can be quite dangerous. Even when their intent is best, they often are misappropriating truth and putting their comrades in mortal danger. I'm sure that he means best, and you seem to have some particular fondness for him in your heart. I speak no ill of him, but just beware, as sometimes the lunacy can go a bit far.
And again, speaking telepathically, I agree. I think that I don't really want to die, so that's definitely not an option for me. But I appreciate it. What were you saying again, Halcyon, about your brother and your sister? An axe, and what else did you say they were?
Oh, yes. I told you about that, did I?
Yes, you did.
Oh. Strange, I don't remember telling you that. Did I mention the dragons? The green dragon? Did I tell you about that?
Nope. You forgot that little piece of information. Wait, did you say dragons, plural, or just
Well, yes,
singular?
plural, but one of particular interest to me.
Great.
Well, I'm so sorry. It's difficult to recall what I have told you, but my brother Blythe. No, not for the DM, Josh. I remember everything I've told her. This is role play.
Yeah, totally.
Not Blythe, my brother. He imbued his sentience into a hammer. As I told you, in life, he was ever gregarious, good-natured, but wrong him, and his indignation could come quickly. As with me, all of us, our faults in life were magnified in ways we did not expect when we imbued these weapons with our sentience as a way to preserve our lives. He became one, whoever wielded him could be immediately consumed by fits of rage, sometimes quite inappropriate, but still intended toward good nature. It was my sister. And there's quietness for a moment. Winnow. She was ever changeable. She was ever like quicksilver, her moods. Flashing anger, passion one moment, lying through her teeth, tears, sympathy, changing like one changes garments. But when she was imbued in that sword, it became something malign. I would never wish to see my sister, and never wish you to see her. But, oh yes, the dragon, yes, we must find him.
Him? Do you see have a name?
Yes, he was green, and his vermilion scales gleamed in the sunlight. It was Sogarin. He wielded me. Yes, it comes back to me now. He was the last one to hold me before my stones were rent from my handles, and I was taken to that horrible place. Verox, that was his name. Verox, he coveted my green stone. He slew my owner, and he took it, Sir Garin. He ripped the gem from me, leaving me only with the white stone, and left me on the field where I was found by those acolytes of the Temple of Illumination. And then he goes silent.
Halcyon?
Oh, yes. Did you say something?
Yes. Are you okay?
Quite fine. Why?
Nothing. Are you tired?
Oh, no, I don't. I feel fine. I just... You hear the familiar sound when his consciousness lapses out and his lucidity has passed.
Is anybody else awake right now?
I think everyone's still awake. No one is.
Yeah.
I mean, this has only been like 10 minutes of fireside conversation. Interrupted, of course, with our out of character conversations.
So, wait,
so go ahead.
have we been quiet, and then Rizia's been quiet? Like we've all just.
Rasmus is out.
Okay, Rasmus has fallen asleep.
Val is nursing his bruised ego and his mistrusting and lonesome feelings by himself. But he's awake.
Okay.
I cry for him.
The area we're in has trees, correct?
Rory, have you been playing Greyhawk Awakening with me these past many months? I bet.
No, we're in a desert.
Like,
actually.
how many times have I described the trees, shown you pictures of the trees, described snow falling from the boughs of the trees with the wind, the gnarled, you fought amidst the tree. Okay, all right, sorry.
We're in a different area, but yes.
No, you're literally 100 feet from where you felled the drows, or 100 yards. All right.
Oh, I thought.
I'm giving you a hard time, Rory. Sorry.
So my question isn't, are there trees? My question is, do these trees go all the way down to the ground, like pine trees, or are they more like empty leafless trees?
Yeah, the way you started that question was almost more ridicule coming. I'm sorry, Rory. I didn't mean to tease you. Hey, everybody that's watching, Rory and I love each other. We're very good friends. I just like to rib my good friend. So
true, actually.
Yes, these trees are the unusual kind where they actually go all the way to the ground, and they have these roots that go beneath the ground. It's a very remarkable type of tree. No, yes, the branches. The branches. You have some that are, they've lost branches, and some which have actually died. But the bulk of them, they're conifers, and these conifers do have branches which go very close to the ground, sometimes maybe 2-3 feet above the ground.
Okay, I'll go ahead and take my bedroll. Somewhat, I'm not putting it away, but I'm still gonna roll it up a bit, and I'm actually gonna find one of those where I have decent coverage, but I can still see out, and I'm specifically wanting to be able to see a vantage point on the group as well as perhaps the path that we walked in. So if anything is following our tracks, I would have a vantage point on that trail as well as still being able to see the group, but under a tree with some coverage.
Okay, and all of you did see the link was in the chat, so you can have the ninja link, so you can see things in real time like the audience can. As Rizia, as you're having this silent conversation with Halcyon, you see Anaho quietly picks up his bedroll, pulls it over between some low trees and a snowdrift that has come up, where he can see both the party here, and also has an angle on the way they came in here. Shade Wall is off to the north, so it's off in this direction here, and you came from this direction. This is toward Last Chance. In fact, maybe it's easier if I'll give you this guy here, so it's a little easier.
Do I also see this?
No, you don't.
Yeah, you're still awake. Yeah, you see him pull his bedroll away. So in this direction, this direction is Last Chance. In this direction leads you to the peak of the Rakers and the looming spires of Shadewall.
And my goal is to be hidden, so if anything is coming, hopefully not see me.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
You move between some brush, again, some snow dusting onto your shoulders. You pull your bedroll in, you press the snow off, and you find a nice nestled spot between some of the branches of the heavy conifers around you. You're now distant from the fire, the cold more bitter. You reflexively clutch the cloak that you purchased from the traveling merchants as tightly as you can, and try not to shiver in the cold.
Naho, before you go around over there and settle in for the night, whatever reason why you're going over there, come here for a minute.
I'll walk over there.
Okay, and then as she actually sits on like the bedroll, Rasmus's bedroll, very close to him, like almost when you're laying in it, and then when I sit on it, it just tightens it. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're like, and you feel like a hand on your face. She's just like lightly tapping your face. Rasmus, get up. Stop. Get up.
What?
Halcyon said that he's from there, and there's dragons. A green
His
dragon.
eyes get wider.
Dragons.
Dragons.
Dragons?
Plural dragons. Particularly a green one.
Wait.
Like, no.
Wait, what?
It's the information that I got. He's from there.
Val just kind of sits up at this and was like,
Yeah. Wait a minute.
Now listen, no one said anything about fighting any sort of dragons or even meeting one at that.
Rizia,
Yes.
I don't know a lot about dragons being in the Underdark for so many years, but I know they probably suck to fight. But when there seems to be no other way, another way will present itself. I'm just saying, perhaps there's more to the dragon. I don't know. Did your friend tell you any more about the dragon? Is it a friendlier dragon? I don't know about these things. Is it willing to aid, or should we like lasso it and ride it out of these mountains?
Last that I checked, green.
I don't know. I've never
The only thing I know is what he's told me, and he seems to have these little bouts of memory, surges of memory, where he remembers things and then quickly forgets, or even forgets that we've even had a conversation. But just so we know what we're getting ourselves into.
Yes, always know what we walk into.
John, can I make a history check real quick? Because
yes,
Rowan has met dragons before.
Sure, I know. I know. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, cool.
Make a knowledge history. This would be a difficult one.
Rowan, please be smart enough to do this.
Since Rasmus is a dragon,
I knew it. Cocked. Damn it.
All right, hey guys, we're going to take our break early tonight. We're only taking one break, but Vivi has a lasagna to attend to. So we have a good solid couple hours of gaming left tonight. And
I would like some, Vivi.
It will not just be us sitting around a campfire talking, although I'm quite enjoying this. But they will eventually at some point make a decision to move somewhere. Before we go to break, I want to remind everyone we have 3 giveaways tonight. We have the Blue Box mouse pad, which is gorgeous and high. It's a super high quality mouse pad wherever I put that thing. And it lasts quite well. It's not a sticker. It's not some cheap quality thing. It's well done. And so we'll have that mouse pad as a giveaway. Here it is. These guys right here, super cool, very durable. And by the way, they actually improve the performance of your PC. I don't know if I mentioned that. Your frame rate will go up by 10, and you'll actually drop 3 degrees of CPU temp just by having this in proximity to your PC. I don't know if you knew that.
Included with free glitter.
Yeah, exactly.
My computer used to be just a toaster oven, and then once I started using this thing, I had the whole PC set up. So for a fact, it's all true.
Yes, exactly. Tracy, you want one? I'll make sure you get one. But so also tonight we're going to give away this Scarlet Brotherhood source book. This is from Lightning Source. These are impeccable reprints from the originals from many years ago. This is full color. It's got all the maps. It's a great content piece. It's an organization that is designed to be inside the Flyness in the world of Greyhawk, but really you could pick this up and transplant it anywhere, which actually is a nice segue to our final, which is the Troll Lord's gift card of $25. And I saw in the chat, one of our new viewers asked about the OGL. I'm not going to talk about this too much. I have said before on my stream that I think overmuch speculation at this point is probably not best use of time. But I understand why everyone is very concerned. I will say there are ample opportunities. D&D is not going anywhere. No one is going to own or control D&D as a game. Certain IP associated with things could be in play. It can have an effect on different publishers. But one of the publishers that we have here that we are sponsored by, Troll Lord Games, they have an entire set of IP and world that is, called Castles and Crusades, but it is based in the sort of the genres and don't forget, you have things like the Tolkien estate, and they have so much IP wrapped around that, and there's Middle-earth role-playing and the One Ring, and this game goes on no matter what, and you will have great content creators no matter how the licensing situation works itself out. Now, that's not meant to say that, I personally have issues with the parent company extraordinaire. I'll just put it that way. But I don't think anyone, in these communities need fear. The game that we love will go on no matter what. And as others have pointed out, like Rob, Phantom NJ, there are always other opportunities to play different games. I'm going to have an LMA on that. Why I come back to this genre all the time, because I love it so much. But there are many different types to play, and the OGL will, be an interesting story to watch unfold. But I wouldn't overreact to anything just yet.
The lasagna is burning.
The lasagna is burning.
Let me go.
You go. All right, if you're watching right now and you haven't given us a follow, or if you're a follower and you haven't subbed, or Rob hasn't subbed for you yet, which he's done a few today, thank you, Rob, or you're a follower and hasn't subbed, or if you're a sub whose sub has expired and you haven't resubbed, we have one question for you here tonight at Blue Box. What are you doing? Come on, give us a follow, give us a sub. I have a couple of announcements I'll make after the break, and we'll get right into the meat of tonight's gaming. Still a couple hours left. Blue Box will be right back.
Hey, Rory.
Yeah.
I'm having some internet issues.
Did you take your phone off Wi-Fi?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so did I.
Did you?
It might be because Skylar's watching. Skylar's watching a video, probably.
Okay. I will go see if he'll get off of Wi-Fi because he has unlimited as well. So
Yes.
Yeah, that's one of the best practices when you have the gerbils on wires Wi-Fi like you have, Rory. So don't let anyone in the house be streaming Netflix in 4K. You don't have enough gerbils.
I mean, I guess I could get another wire and run it up to her office.
You could. Now that's the Wi-Fi question. You still have to have the bandwidth, but actually yours didn't look bad. You should be able to stream Netflix and stream this at the same time.
We can just
like
drop back.
20 now.
Yeah.
2021 is my upload.
We leave the mics hot during our break, so don't think we've forgotten they're on. If you're new to the channel, we like to leave the mics hot, and you can chat sometimes with the players during the break. Blue Box is a growing community, and we're a community of creators and role players. We've got people who are voice actors and real actors and content creators, heraldry creators, mini painters, artistic types, writers, and we create great content here. And yes, we certainly use a lot of the available IP, but we create our own as well. This entire campaign that we're playing here, this is custom content, home-brewed in the world of Greyhawk, but there is not a single bit of IP that is necessarily tied to anything in terms of how we play these games, and we are going to continue to rock on here at Blue Box. And I think as things shake out, this actually does, one other point I'll make, this might help some of you understand why I stopped jumping editions 20 years ago. And I know if you're newer to the game and 5e was your entrant into it, that can feel very uncomfortable to see some of the changes and what they're talking about with 1D&D. But the reality for me is I love the content that's created. I'll buy modules, I'll buy artwork, but I will not change rule sets. I won't. I don't need to. With 3.5, or really what effectively I run is Pathfinder 1E, but it's basically 3.5. I have all that I need with rule sets and then customization. So the game system that we play here at Blue Box is really, you can't find this in a box. It's it's based on 3.5 core, but it's heavily modified and adopted so that I can kill players very quickly, like I have done with Josh. I'm just kidding.
He didn't say characters, guys.
I didn't say characters.
Threat for physical violence.
Yeah, exactly. But we run that system here, and whether there's a D&D 12 someday, I'm not saying I don't innovate. We like some of the ideas. 5e introduced advantage and disadvantage. I think that's fantastic, and so I use advantage and disadvantage in my game. And there are some other elements of 5e that we have adopted, but we are thanks, Mark. But we are not tied to any one specific edition, and we can easily pivot. To me, I've always said editions don't matter. Let me say it one more time. Editions don't matter.
Even 4th edition?
That edition definitely doesn't matter. But no, it's about the content that you create. It's about the creativity. It's about the broader community. It's about telling great stories. And you can have fun and engaging combat, and you can move between whatever rule sets that you want to, as long as you have enough of a framework to make the game coherent and cogent and to have consequences and to have the strategic element of it. But it is about the storytelling, the role play, and the thrilling combat. That is the game that we all know and love. So, end rant. That's exactly right, Mark. And dice. Thank you very much, Rachel. That is it's been my favorite thing. I've called 5e the gateway drug. I have taken many first-time users of D&D, and I've converted them to the hard stuff. And I like corrupting. This is very important, obviously, that this is taken in context. If anyone listens to this out of context, it can go very poorly. But taking people, we have so many of those sort of college age, early 20s, mid 20s, early 30s, and all they played is 5e. But then getting exposure to other elements of the game and the deeper lore, it just expands, and they love it. I have so many that love it. And it is a fun. Hello, Ashlyn is in the chat with us tonight. That's one of the announcements I was going to give earlier. That's exactly right, Jeff. The only edition I'm committed to is New Edition. Now, cool it now, Jeff. So you... none of my players even got that. This is what happens when you DM, players who weren't listening to music in the 80s. Shame on you people.
I cried.
Come on, really?
Shame on you for not being alive. How dare your parents?
How dare you? Well, no, hey, I know stuff that was there before I was alive. Come on, really?
What?
Cool it now. You don't know that? Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, and Mike. If I like the girl, who cares? You guys don't know that at all? You got a girl who takes her time. You got to slow the pace. You can't mess with her mind. If she feels the same, she'll let you know. So just cool it down and be ready to go. Cool it now. Ralph Tresvant, no, nothing. Bobby Brown.
Consent.
They came. Belle Biv DeVoe came from that. Nothing ringing with you guys. There you go. Candy Girl, epic. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
You weren't even born in the 80s. I wasn't born in the 80s either. I was born in the 70s.
40s.
I was born in the... Oh, Josh, stop it. I am not a boomer. I am a Gen X, and proudly so.
Yeah.
John snaps fingers. LMA announcement. Oh, yes. Thank you very much, Amanda. So we have Ashlyn in the chat with us right now. At least until she heard the last 5 minutes, she was planning on joining us tomorrow night for Wednesday's LMA. Our Lore Masters Arcanum chat is always a good time. And tomorrow we will be talking to the Dollar Store DM about all kinds of topics. We're going to talk about crafting, creating terrain on a budget. And not just on a budget, but oftentimes better. I had tables from a very popular supplier. I use their stuff all the time. And she saw some of my tavern tables that glow, and she said, I can do that better. And she went and she got styrofoam and straws, posted it on Instagram, and it looks better than what I paid for. And I said, I want that lady on my channel. So she's going to be on with us tomorrow night if I have not scared her away with my very poor rendition of Cool It Now. So we're going to have one more minute or so on break. I'm going to refresh my coffee, and we'll be right back. If you haven't yet, type !giveaway in the chat for the first giveaway, which is the mouse pad. You guys entertain the audience. She's fearless. I can't scare her away. That's outstanding.
Who is she?
Ashlyn. Now, note, she didn't say your singing was fine, John. She just said she's fearless. So that...
Dollar Store DM, I've got to agree with you. Terrifying. Oh, Beccarena. Beccarena.
Isn't it Barbaran?
With the new character, I was thinking of basing it off of Joey from Friends.
Hey!
How you doing? But then I figured that was too much like Valfino now.
Yeah, true.
So we're gonna mix it up a little bit.
So just make him like Chandler. Where he tries to be like Val, but he fails horribly at
Rory
it.
might disagree with this, but I'm not that sarcastic. Chandler is way more than I am.
He's just subtle about it. You are not subtle about your sarcasm.
And he also laughs at his own jokes, which that's great.
I do that all the time though, but the sad part is that I don't actually say the jokes. I'm just laughing to myself because I'm hilarious in my head, so I look crazy. Giggling when I, but no words are coming out. It's fine.
Sorry, who's Dollar Store? Oh yeah, Dollar Store DM, do not encourage his singing.
How's your stream now, Becca? Good. Is he just on data now? What?
Did you do something?
No. I figured you asked Skylar to get off the Wi-Fi.
He was already off the Wi-Fi.
Oh.
Yeah, I had already texted him. He and I talked. We had a whole Zoom chat about it.
I highly doubt that.
You caught me. Dang it. You're right.
You know,
you're not that
since
proactive,
Ross is in
Josh.
Hollywood. It doesn't surprise me that he likes texting little boys.
That's valid.
Hello, Flame Singer, first time chatter. And all right, here we are. We're back. We have everyone. All right, and welcome back to Greyhawk Awakening, episode 101. And as I mentioned, announcements. So first of all, we have tomorrow night, Ashlyn's going to be joining us for Dollar Store DM, and I have the flyer. I'll pull that up here for you in just a second. But she is really fun, and we're going to go through not only crafting, we're going to talk a little D&D. And then we're even going to range in a little bit to the topic, just talking about the experiences of girl gamers. And I use in quotes. It's a different world sometimes.
Those don't exist.
And it's kind of interesting sometimes what that can be like. And so we're going to broach that just briefly, but mainly we want to talk about crafting. And then I have some ideas for streams we may do later in the year as well. Let me kill that background music. That's getting a little bit aggressive. I said stop.
That's cool.
So secondly, we are moving our Tears of Aird stream, which is on Sundays. There's two moves that are happening. One, it is moving from 1:30 Central to 1 o'clock Central. So we're going to start half an hour earlier. And that's so that when Rory is running his game, we can run straight into his game on our channel, and then we can raid into Lord Gazumba. But the more significant announcement is that we are going to every single week. Which I'm very excited about. We had gone to every other week for a while, but we're going to move to every week starting January 22nd. So if you're new to the channel, you can find all of this on our Discord. You can find all of it on our Instagram, or you can go to our website, www.blueboxrpg.com, and there's actually a link tree at the bottom. There's a schedule. The schedule now is even updated with the titles for the week. It's so cool. So join us for that. And let's go ahead and do our first giveaway. We're going to do the mouse pad, and if you haven't yet, type !giveaway in the chat. I'll give you just a moment. And then before we get back to the gameplay, we're going to do that first giveaway, and then we'll queue up the Troll Lord gift card. All right. In 3, 2, and 1, the winner is... Oh, hey, thank you very much, Mr. Slothman. I'm glad you like the new website. It's pretty cool, I think. And thank you again to Vantalord Tom, who helped so much with it. Myamorph, congratulations, my friend. You have won the mouse pad. And, super long-time follower, always someone that's active in chat and a good friend to our channel. And, has won several times before. So really glad. And I don't think you've ever won a mouse pad. I don't think so anyway. If you have, just let us know and we'll get you something else. But we appreciate all the support you give. So now, Tom, we're going to go ahead and we'll double check that. We'll ship it out to you if you don't have one. And we're going to kick off the next giveaway. While I get that queued up, let's resume the action. And we're going to go ahead and start with, is anyone doing anything else before you go to sleep this night?
Well, I had rolled for history.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry.
I wanted to make sure that at least that the group knew in-game that... green dragons in particular are known to be nasty, evil.
Are you dragon racist?
No, I've just met a lot of dragons in my
that's effed up.
Short time.
That's effed
Rasmus
up.
should be sleeping.
Rasmus is woken up.
I knock him out.
Thank you.
To sleep. And then I share the information to the group. But it was just that I wanted to make sure that they were all aware of
dragon races.
Okay, so she shares that with all of you. And what was your roll on your history check?
Oh, that's right. 16. Sorry, I've just been letting it sit there. I'm so stupid.
No, you're not.
You are not familiar with the dragon named. However, you do know that the suffix ox that exists, in the name Verox, oftentimes with greens denotes great age, sometimes even into the ancient.
I would also share this with the group.
Okay. All right. Anyone else doing anything before you go to sleep?
I'm going to now, if it is okay, Rizia, pull my bedroll around the backside of this tree. I will watch for a little while before I sleep in case anyone comes up on us. is it?
I think she's muted because she was finishing a bite, Rory. So Rizia says yes, and you move back to your bedroll. All right. And with that, the party beds down for the evening. As you do so, it is impossible not to just feel the presence of that keep. And as I've already said, not only do you feel watched, it almost feels like tendrils of consciousness brush against your minds. There is something here that is aware that you are here. And that brings a chill to the core, almost as strongly as the wind brings a chill to your skin. As each of you clutch to your blankets alone with your thoughts in the night, it is a fitful sleep that you undertake. I'm going to have each of you make a constitution check. This will be rolling your constitution, but you're going to add 2 points to the roll, which is actually more difficult because you're trying to roll under. This is to determine if you gain any hit points and if you actually gain sufficient rest to recover your abilities. It is so difficult to sleep. It is so uncomfortable. It is so bitterly cold. It is possible you will be unable to get sufficient rest to recover your abilities and any hit points during this rest.
Wait, so we have to roll low, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
All right, Vivi, what's this mean?
Rolling or what are we rolling?
Vivi.
I got an 8 I got an 8 in total. That's a 4 on the die, and then my con's a +2, and then the +2.
No. That's not how this works.
I've lived here, and this is my area. Do I still get a -2 or -1?
+5.
I'll come back to you in a moment. I can't. So
Is
on
it a +2?
Just for our chat, if you occasionally see me looking over and laughing when I look at Hobbs' area of the screen, she's playing Rowan, it's because I can see the titles they put on the Zoom call, which you can't see. And she is oftentimes your mom. Tonight she is Booty Bandit. And so every time I look down, I see Booty Bandit. You add a 4, you add 2 to that. You do not add your con bonus. You're trying to roll under your con. Clearly you have a con that's higher than 6, so you're fine.
My con's a 4.
Yeah, so let's go. We'll come to you last, Rizia. Go ahead, Rory. Roll for an Aho.
Well, I stayed true, so I rolled a 1.
Okay, well then that's a good roll. Go ahead,
Sleep good
Becca.
tonight.
I rolled a 11, and my con is a 15.
Ooh. All right, so third, that was close. All right, Rasmus?
John, so here's the question.
Uh-oh.
With all of the negatives that I've gotten from healing, has it returned back to what it was? Oh no, I'm screwed, guys.
It doesn't return until you rest.
There's almost no way I'm going to roll higher than this. Or lower than this.
Let me share with the audience as well, so they know what's happening here.
Jeez.
So Rasmus, apparently he rolled it. Rasmus actually has he has a deficiency that occurs whenever he casts healing spells. You guys saw this right before you went to Last Chance. You recall that he was really struggling and almost passed out. It was because he had done all of that healing. This has been part and parcel of his relationship with Rasputin. So now every time he casts healing, depending on the power of the healing for that day, he takes a penalty to his constitution. So what did you need to roll, and what did you roll, Josh?
I have a con of 7 right now. So I needed to roll at least a 4 to get under the 7 with that +2. I rolled a 3.
Well, there you go. Nicely done. All right, Rizia, you do not have the -2. Both your half-orc blood, your thick hide, and your being accustomed to this area, you alone do not take the -2. All right.
I rolled a 12 and my con is 17.
Yeah, no kidding. You are right, Lord Forth. A better shelter could have been built, but there was little time. As it was, they just put out the bedrolls and made these hasty lean-tos to provide them some shelter from the wind. Each of you get back 1 hit point from your rest. As you recall, your hit point recovery varies based on the comfort level that you have when you sleep, and this is the lowest on the list. You, however, Rory, with that 1, which is effectively a critical success, you actually regained 4 hit points that night from your rest.
Build a little bunker in the
The
snow.
little guy, like furthest away from the fire, has the best.
I built a little shelter.
He has managed to put he put himself in this little shelter here betwixt the snowbank and the trees. But more than that, there is still a glow inside from your conversion, and Paylor gives you shelter through the night, and you awaken feeling completely and totally refreshed. As dawn... Oh, hold on. I forgot to make my random encounter check. Hold on here.
No.
Also,
I am
before the
watching.
random encounter check, I
Yes.
just want to, because. No, because Rowan has almost 0 clothing the entire time. I think throughout we've been in this tundra, she has had maybe some clothing, and the warmest thing is just so happens to be the biggest and prettiest thing in our group. So, sometime in the middle of the night, I would probably have Rowan maybe not cuddle up and not super in all over Rizia,
With
but maybe
Rasmus?
back to back. Oh yeah, with Rasmus actually. Sorry, I misspoke. With Rasmus. No, with Rizia. God,
So confusing.
trying so hard.
Okay. All right. Before we get to the morning, then, Rizia, roll d20, please.
Oh.
Mm.
14.
Yeah, it's just at the very fringes of your somnolence. You feel someone crawl into the bedroll and kind of cuddle up behind you for warmth, apparently. Nothing overt, but still odd. It's a strange feeling. Someone has just crawled into your bedroll. You can react to this as you wish.
I didn't crawl into the bedroll. Don't.
Wait, you're not in the bedroll?
No, I have my own bedroll.
Okay.
I was gonna just bring it closer.
Okay.
And then if anything, a back-to-back kind of thing, just to Rowan's trying to not make it weird.
Mm-hmm.
Or is
But-
she?
Your smile says different, Hob.
I see.
Yeah, you say that, but the way you're smiling.
Is it warm in here? It's warm.
So as you do that, she will actually just she'll be obviously a little startled because we're just out in the middle of nowhere and turn too quickly. As soon as she sees it's Rowan, do you look cold? Do you look like you're shivering, or because I guess you say you don't have much clothes, eh?
I don't. I just have I have some clothes that I've picked up from here and there off of dead bodies, and then that one wolf shawl. That's it. Nothing fits right. I haven't bought any new clothes.
And you see as she kind of gets startled a little bit, and she'll actually turn just to see who it is. As soon as she sees that it's you, she'll close her eyes again, and as she kind of gets herself comfortable in her bedroll, she's muttering almost like a half awake kind of mutter with her eyes closed. You can get in my bedroll if you're cold.
Not immediately, but Rowan will. And you can feel Rowan's feet. They're so cold, ice cold.
And she actually she'll actually move to kind of sandwich your feet in between her legs just to keep them warm. But she doesn't turn her eyes still stay closed, she's still facing away from you, but she just kind of does that. As soon as she feels it, she's oh, and then she'll open so that you can put your legs in between there, and then she'll just go back to sleep. It's nothing.
Yeah, and then that's it.
Yeah.
Sleep.
Okay.
And
All right. And with that,
Be one of the first people up in the morning so he can see this. And
well, I'm getting there. I'm getting there. So,
Splashes water.
you all rest for the evening, and as the first light of the sun there is no proper dawn here in this place. The cloud cover is persistent. You just see this anemic yellow glow on the horizon trying to pierce through the intractable clouds that cover the horizon. But you know that morning has come after a fitful night of sleep. As each of you wake up and kind of roll around in your bedroll to wake up, Valfino, you are in fact awake first. You sit up in your bedroll. You see the fire now has gone out. Gray ashes sit in the fire pit. The sun giving little warmth or light, but you do note very oddly that you see Rowan's bedroll is empty, and you look over and you see there are two forms where Rizzy is at, and Anaho has pulled his bedroll off into the forest.
As I see this, I am not happy, but do I notice anything else with it being daylight, daytime? Is there anything else? Can I roll for perception or anything?
I'm going to go ahead and roll for you in this case. And for our chatters who don't know sort of how we run it here, the reason I do that on some checks, some secret checks, it's so that success or failure, which would not be known with certainty to the players, is not known with certainty to the players. So, for example, if you go to pick a lock or trap, you go to disarm a trap, and you roll a nat 20, then you know a level of success certainty that you might not know as the actual PC. Or similarly, if you roll a 1, you would know you had failed in a way that rolling a 1, you might actually think you succeeded. It was such a bad check. So those checks are often made in secrecy. This would be a good example with perception. If you roll a 20 and I tell you you see nothing, you know with certainty, relative certainty, there is nothing in a way that a character would never actually know. So that's the reason I do this sometimes. As you look around, you see there are some scattered tracks of what look like perhaps snow hares, other types of small wildlife that manage to eke out a meager existence here in the peaks of the Rakers, but nothing else. You can see the bodies of the drow, which have not yet disintegrated because not sufficient sunlight. They rest just 150, 200 yards away from you. And shade wall. They're still they're still laying on the surface of the snow. That's all you note.
Okay.
And we already looted them, right?
Correct.
So funny.
Okay, cool.
Val will get up and kind of get his stuff together and kind of roll up his bedroll, but he'll re-stoke the fire just to get some going and heat up some food maybe. In that he will wake up Rasmus and shake him. Rasmus, time to wake up. Rasmus, come on.
He goes, sorry, I didn't give it back sooner. And he'll just pull from inside of the warm sleeping bag your sword. And it's not in the sheath, it's literally just the sword itself. It's just okay, here you go.
Val will kind of chuckle a little bit, take the sword, and replace a cup of hot liquid in Rasmus's hand. Whether I'm not sure if there's coffee in this world or not, but
yes, of course there is. What kind of world do you think I create here?
Replace it with a nice hot cup of Joe, and just time to get up, and then if you would please go and wake up the lovebirds, and Val will turn and just leave it at that and turn to go check on Anaho and wake Anaho up and hand him a cup of something hot.
he oh, damn it. So just take a sip, looking over at the lovebirds.
All right, so Rizia, you wake up to the smell of coffee and the crackle of flame. You hear the footsteps crunching in the snow as Valfino walks past you and heads over to greet Anaho.
Rizzy is not a morning person, so she will try to get as much sleep as she possibly can before we have to get up. Yeah.
Anaho, you see Valfino walking over towards you.
Is it time to go now?
Not quite. Soon. So you might want to start packing up, but we finally had a moment to sit. So I figured we could all use something warm and solid in our stomachs before we go and find this dragon. So,
yes, much appreciated. It is.
Hands with a cup of coffee and a hard biscuit or something.
So I want to interrupt here and be clear with something, because there may have been a miscommunication. The dragon reference, Rizia, that was being made to you by Halcyon was in no way connected by Halcyon to the place that you are at now or Shadewall. He was speaking of something that had happened to him some time ago as a separate, like, I really would like to have this back. He wasn't telling you that this was here. So if
that's why
we're all like, we're gonna die.
Yeah, we're like, we're gonna die.
Might as well have a cup of coffee.
John, I understood what you were saying.
Well, I'm dead.
all right, well, at least if Josh understood. I know if
I'm a dunce.
yeah, if he understands, it's understandable.
Well, what does that mean about us then? If you're,
It means you were distracted.
I didn't say it.
okay, well, scrap the dragon thing then. I thought, because you said up there and then there was a dragon, so I was like, oh great, like there's a dragon there.
Two different things.
Yeah.
All right, so
Well, then.
Much appreciated, Val. Is your stuff already packed up?
It is.
Okay. I will have my stuff packed up soon. I know it's off in that direction. I'm not sure if we want to scout out or wait for the others, but I will have my stuff ready in a couple minutes.
If you would want to go ahead, I can come with. I have woken Rasmus, and he is getting the other two up.
Sounds good. It will be just a couple minutes, and we can go ahead just a little. Not too much. This place is nasty.
okay.
Sounds good.
All right. Anything else you're doing here in camp? Rizia, eventually, even you as a late riser must wake up.
Yeah. Rizia will get up. If Rowan is getting up as well, then she'll just pack her stuff up. And doesn't really make any big fuss about anything.
And
No, not at all. Yeah, Rowan will start packing up her stuff too. If anything, helping, like tossing Rizzy some of her things as they kind of like gather everything together and pick up any loose things that anyone's left behind.
Okay.
Having Rasmus have been the one that got up to kind of walk over and wake him up, he would just be standing at a distance, just sipping on the coffee, smiling.
And as you see, like, it's not awkward, it's not weird at all. Like, Rizia gets up eventually, she starts to wrap her bedroll in. She doesn't, there's no awkwardness. Like, she's just getting her stuff ready.
And his smile remains.
And during that time, I'll have got my stuff ready and gone forward, 30, 40 feet, just to kind of scout the area out, look for any particular tracks, whether they be animal, Yeti-like things, or other. More drow. So just scouting out with Val.
Val will probably go a little bit further. He's wanting to put some space in between himself and the rest of the group at this point. He's for mixed emotions from last night when he blew up on Rowan.
Okay.
And to waking up and seeing Rowan in the bed with the lady he likes. He is just going to put some distance, going to search a little bit further.
Can I do an insight check on Val?
Sure,
Val's
go ahead.
gonna make me cry.
Roll D20, add your wisdom bonus, please.
So, wisdom bonus. So I got a 12.
Okay. You just note as Valfino turns and kind of trudges off into the snow, and again, feet kind of sinking a good 18 inches into the powder. As the wind whips at his locks, there's a bit of a downcast to his head, and he looks both pensive and perhaps a little bit disturbed. That's all you can note.
Hey, Val, you might not want to go too much further. Plus, I have a hard time if you get too far ahead of me. I am, like, waist deep in this stuff.
Then you should head back. I'm going to keep looking. I'll come back soon.
Do not go too far in this area. I will get them and we will catch up.
Val doesn't answer. He just keeps going.
I'll head back.
Okay. All right. So, party, everyone's gotten your abilities back. You got the hit point healing that I had referenced. Is there anything else that you would like to do? As Valfino, you trek off a bit further, and do you head, sort of in the direction of Shadewall, the peak up above you, or are you heading back toward where the bodies of the slain are? Which way are you going?
Towards the peak, scouting out, being very cautious. To my surroundings, at least to the most of my ability. I am slightly distracted, but if there's tracks, if there's some, I will see that Val is used to scouting.
Sure. So as you walk around, you come around the sort of edge, the corner of the trees, a bit of sunlight managing to make its way through the clouds. You see now, with just the light that you have, there is a set of stone, a stone walkway that goes up the side of the mountain from here, leading up to Shadewall on the peak of this mountain. It looks like it's crumbling even from this distance. You're probably still a quarter mile away or so. From this distance, you can see crumbling stone, pressed against the edge of the mountain, leading up to the Shadewall Keep.
Besides this pathway, do I see anything else that kind of leads up? Any other doable?
From everything you can see looking around, absolutely steep, almost vertical, icy climbs, treacherous in the highest, barring flight. There is no other way that you can see to ascend.
Yeah. I will just wait in the tree line, get as close to the pathway as I can, but I will wait in the tree line and not move forward until the rest of the party catches up with me.
All right, so for the rest of the party, you've seen Valfino kind of head off around the corner, and he has not returned.
I'd recommend that we get going. Besides the obvious that track me, Val has decided to go further and scout beyond the normal amount. So it is likely that we should get going a little bit quicker, and if any one of you would be willing to carry me, I would appreciate that. And the little ways I went, it is still very deep out there.
Let's not let Val get too far ahead of us, and Rowan will start jogging ahead.
Rizia will reach a hand down to help Naho up.
Very much appreciated, Rizia. Hey, by the way, do you scare... I know, silly question, but do you scare easy by loud sounds by your head?
Why?
Because I would like to shoot my crossbow if I need to, of course. What do you think?
That's totally fine. Just give me a heads up before you shoot. That's all.
Yeah, heads up.
No pun intended, but yes. Please.
Sounds good. Hey, you keep me out of this white powder, I give you a heads up.
Yeah. I keep your head up, you give me a heads up.
Yeah.
I'm tired of both of you.
Hey, by the way, Rasmus, how you doing real quick as we get going? Because you were taking too long. But
I'm going.
No, but how are you doing? Like, are you...
I am walking. It is cold. Nyrond has cold, but not cold like this. This is uncomfortable and soggy and gross and wet.
Yeah.
It's actually not bad right now.
Rezia,
What?
you ever want to be healed again? Don't. Don't, please.
Okay.
It is too cold.
Okay, let's get it going.
All right. Well, you make your way. Presumably, you put out the fire. Doesn't at this point you're not going to have a forest fire here anyway.
We left that we left that like that.
And your bed rolls, and you make your way trudgingly through the snow. Despite the sun's limited power, you do still find even that slight glow gives a little bit of courage to your heart. And as you come around the tree line, you see Valfino standing there, eyes cast off in the distance, looking at that same spiry-looking climb of stairs that lead upward on the mountainside.
It's like it's time for us to go up into the darkness.
It seems to be the only way up. Anaho, I know you don't like to climb.
I'm not the climbing. Rizia is.
Rizia. He addresses her without looking at her. Are you capable of climbing well, or should Anaho be tied to me?
The tension.
Oh, 1 second. Let me see if I am.
Meanwhile, Rizza actually trying to figure out if she can. She's like, hold on.
So, sorry, just to make sure, there's a stairwell that we could take up, or we can climb?
It's not a stairwell, it's a steep path, is my understanding, and it's crumbling. So it's climbing and scaling and
the walls are of ice, like sheer ice.
So we gonna die. Okay.
Yeah, I know. By the way, in the chat, I've got a new camera, and I'm really fiddling with the settings here. So I do know I look red as a cherry, and so just don't worry about it. We'll figure it out eventually. It's a brand new camera. It does look like it's a lot crisper though. I think the lighting is good, but just don't worry about it. Thank you though.
It's
All right,
your new tan. You got a little burnt this time.
It's the new camera.
Tomato.
All right.
As Valfino says that to her, she just kind of like turns her head a little bit, just out of like not really understanding why he's upset. But I'm a fair climber, but if you are pretty skilled at it, you can definitely tie yourself to Anaho.
Wait, but Val, you would be tying me to you, right? Or you would be carrying me?
You would be tied to me.
Yes. I would rather be carried.
Suit yourself.
I don't want to shoot myself. I shoot the enemy.
It's kind of like having a mini gunner on a tank sort of situation. I think it's probably
What
better.
is that?
Wait, what?
Well,
that is a horrible anachronism.
And fuck as many goblins as I've had.
What is a tank? Is that like a fish tank?
Erasmus.
Like the thing you put
Erasmus, I wouldn't expect someone who's only lived a couple years to understand anything.
This is coming from a dragon racist. Are you okay with everything with scales?
Now listen, we don't throw that word around.
It is mixed up. I didn't say anything last night, but
let's get going.
The tension is very high in Naho, don't you think?
Yeah, tension in my height.
Val just starts walking. He's done with
Val's already all the way up there.
He's just like
gone.
Going.
He comes back, he's like, I killed everyone, Drax is dead, I won. That's the end of the game.
Yes, let's get them moving, but please, like I was saying back at the campsite, there is not always just a clear way out of it. If we can find a way to not deliver this and still save the two of you, I prefer that path. We are walking up into the darkness. Whether Rowan is crazy or she saw something, everything here reminds me of where I came from and worse. Because it's cold. It's freaking cold here. So cold.
And Rizzy's about to say like, it's not, and then she like does.
Is there snow on this path that we're walking right now up to the mountain?
Yeah, there is. So as you make your way, you hit that quarter mile, you start ascending up the stone path. It alternates between steps and straight path. The stones are clearly ancient, worn by weather and at one time feet. But you do note that the path itself both by virtue of the wind, which tends to blow it clear, drifts of snow bank against the sides. But you can also see this is fairly recently traveled. You can see places where there are human footsteps, and they have pressed marks into ice and then refrozen in places. And you're at a place now where the fog is not fog per se. You are above the cloud line, and wisps of clouds this high in the rakers drift across the pathway ahead of you, merging with the snow, occluding your vision. And as you reach this peak, headed up the climb now, the clouds have grown darker, even taking that small amount of light that you saw with the dawn and obscuring it behind a thick pall of roiling dark clouds. And there's a sense of deep loneliness as you stand upon this mountainside. The path is wide. It's much wider than it looked like from where you were, but with the ice and with the ascent, it still looked quite treacherous.
We're just
Move forward.
All right.
Can I just
can I make the lead if that's Val will just take charge and kind of take the lead with that.
Can I also make a perception check?
Yes, please.
Yes. You're welcome. I will. Okay. Sometimes you win some, you lose some. So that's going to be a 12.
Wow. Great job.
Yeah, shut up, Rasmus. You're so
nothing. You don't note anything beyond what I have already shared with you. I mean, there is definitely, signs of recent travel here, but beyond that, nothing of note that you see on the path. Go ahead.
Question. When looking at the path, where we're at, is it as deep as it was? Is it because it's a path? I know there's snow drifts and that's going to be deeper. Generally speaking, where the pathway is it a matter of inches or is it a matter of feet?
On the snow, as I shared a moment ago, Rory, the pathway is much clearer. The wind kind of pushes it off, and it's been traversed clearly. So there are banks of snow to the side, but you're able to walk here if you wish.
So here, I'll still stay up on top of Rizzy or wherever I'm being carried because, well, it's easier and I have a better vantage point. My question about the tracks, though, do they look like they are dragging? Whether that be like a cloak dragging or the feet are dragging? Or are they clear, separate footsteps?
Go ahead and roll D20.
It's a 13 on the die. Do you want me to add?
No, I've got your numbers here. So you're kind of watching and studying as you move forward along the path. And in places you note there are where the ice or the snow have preserved them against the wind, typically where footsteps were close to the overhangs and the wind is protected, or whether it is frozen. It looks like there were some steps moving in both directions, mixed up in places, like there has been at least semi-frequent travel here. You do not see signs of dragging.
Okay.
As you continue to walk, the cobbles crunch underfoot, and the wind turns and seems to blow directly in your face, as though the mountain and the wind itself strive to push you back. Marching order is as usual, with Rizia up front and Anaho slightly behind, Rasmus in the back. Is that correct?
No, Val said he wanted to go. Yeah, Val up front.
Okay, so Val is up.
So it'll be Val and then me.
Okay.
I'll take the rear.
No, I'm in the rear.
Am I on your shoulder or am I
already
standing
claimed it.
behind
Shut
you?
No.
Mom said I could have the rear.
No, she didn't.
Yes, she
You
did.
stay near your boo thing. I'm back
Wait.
there.
Rizzy, am I on your shoulder or am I behind you?
You can stay on my
How are
shoulder
you
if you
carrying-
want.
On your shoulder?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's where
stay
I'm
on
at.
my
Let's
shoulder.
all get on her shoulder, everybody.
Let's see you stack that, Mini John.
Don't tempt me. As you continue on, you don't note anything else of anything else unusual, but as the mountainside to one side grows, closer and closer, that steep vertigo climb, and then off to your left, the drop off, which grows higher and higher as you ascend the mountain. You can see nothing, the clouds obscuring, until you come to a place where, as you look ahead, you can see what looks like a break in the pathway up ahead. It looks as though some part of the stone just falls away into the abyss, and clouds float past on the wind like mist upon the ground. Rizia!
Do you think that... Who?
Rizia! You hear Halcyon's voice.
Yes. What is it?
This place, it's not the same. Wait, did I tell you that already? I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Be careful. At some point also, we may see Grayson. Grayson, I remember him. Talkative fellow. Wait, no, not a spell. Wait. What did we have for breakfast?
Oh, I'm gonna kill him.
Nothing. Go back to Grayson.
Oh my god.
Who is this person?
Who?
Grayson.
That name rings a bell. Where did you hear it?
Oh, my
You.
God.
From you.
Oh, Oh, yes, Grayson. I think he was a guard here. For some reason, I think he would still be here somewhere.
Talkative, you said friendly. Not friendly?
I feel like he would be friendly. I don't know why. In 400 years, he couldn't be alive. What? I'm sorry. My memory often, Rizia, it feels like a garment eaten by moths and full of holes. It must be very frustrating for you. I promise you I'm trying.
No, that's totally fine. I get it. 400 years and memory loss, things like that. I appreciate anything you can remember. Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
She kind of stops, and you can hear her like talking to herself. You can hear her talking to herself as she says that if anybody's obviously paying attention to her, she'll just turn to the group. There's supposed to be a guard of some sort. He thinks that he's still here, but that was like 400 years ago. His name is Grayson.
What was Grayson?
A guard?
Yeah, but that's a long time ago.
But what sort of guard? What she'll look at Rasmus. What was he, a dragon or?
No, I don't know. His, like I say, I get little bits and pieces of what he can remember, and that's all I can get out of him.
Better
It's
be on
like-
our guard then.
To be on
For the guard?
The good.
And then like Rizia's almost like, oh man, he's really wearing off on me, like the closer proximity Anaho is to me, like for some reason. Starting to work because we're like.
I think Rasmus just jumps. I think he just goes the edge.
See ya.
Hey, Val, how far do you think that the gap is up there? Are we talking 5 feet?
It's hard to tell with the clouds. I'm sure you could ask Rizia to throw you. You might
Well,
be
I
able
mean-
to make.
That was kind of the thought behind that. Whether he or you or Rasmus, or the three of you want to duke out who's stronger.
Wait, how much? How far is that gap?
I don't know. We're trying to figure
don't
that out
know?
right now.
Why don't we actually walk up to it? And we
That's
can
what
like maybe.
I'm.
Rowan's gonna walk up to the gap.
Okay.
Al takes a knee and goes through his rucksack and pulls out a rope and starts tying it around Anaho's waist.
Wait,
Just-
I'm still on Rizia's shoulder.
Oh.
While she on top of her.
Around her neck.
Just lasso him, honestly.
All right, so Rowan, you walked up to the edge, right?
Yeah, so I'm not like going like full on. I'm not trying to like, if there's like
Die.
a worm or something, I'm not trying to die. But I'm just trying to like gauge like how far is too far.
All right, so I'm kind of giving you a nice overhead view here so you can see
Flies.
sort of what it looks like. So the party here, this is the edge to your right, which goes straight vertically up the mountain. This is the edge which drops off into the ether and the clouds. And here is the bridge broken across this gap. And you stand beneath this, what looks like an ancient gatehouse. If it once had a portcullis, it's now gone. And you can see there is a hefty gap here. How close do you get to the edge?
I want to make a perception check. I want to know if I can hear anything that's like dwelling in the cloudy abyss down there.
Roll d20.
You're over the wind.
All right. Yeah, it sounds fine. Just a big whistler down there. That's a nat 20. Holy crap.
It's a nat 20.
That's a nat 20.
All right, so actually...
you want me to do the reroll for the confirm?
No, we don't confirm. We don't. That's only on combat attacks. So as you're walking up, no, you don't hear anything, but you see off in the distance, perhaps 200 yards ahead up the path, you see movement, just briefly. It's so distant you can't, with the cloud covering what you can't quite make out what it is, but there's definitely something moving far up ahead on this path.
Can I, and at this, I guess we could do this as perception or however you want to do it. Can I, which way is the wind blowing? Is it blowing at us?
It changes direction quickly. It whips back and forth. So one moment it's blowing into your faces, as I mentioned a moment ago. The next it's blowing. So it's not a consistent direction.
I'll still give it a shot, though. I'm going to see if I can pick up on the scent of this movement. If it's an animal, a person,
scent. Okay.
Like that. Yeah.
All right. And yes, you have a unique set of abilities.
And we're Wolverine that just kind of thing.
Yeah, you have a unique set of abilities to do that as well. So,
yes, no, maybe so.
You smell flesh, warm flesh, but you, as this carnivorous element to you, you know there is flesh that is good for eating, the red, which you love so much. There is the flesh of the scaled ones, the white that you disdain. Whatever flesh this is, it is flesh of a different kind. You don't recognize the scent.
Not a person. Not a dragon. Does it smell rotted?
No. Not rotted, and yet in some way foul, wrong.
Like musty.
No.
Like garbage.
No.
Like sickly sweet.
No.
Okay, we're good.
It's difficult to. It's nothing you've ever smelled before, and you briefly catch it on the wind. It is something corrupted, but not the sickly sweet of necrotic rot. You have seen and been around the ones that live and don't live. The undead. It is not that.
This is new.
This is different, new.
She'll take note of that, and then finally look down at the gap. Does reasonably, does that look like something we could just football throw a Naho across, or is that he might die?
Yeah, so as you walk up to the edge, you can see places where the ancient stonework has given way, and you can see actually there are the boot prints and the shoe prints that you've seen in different places. They stop right at the edge here, but as you approach it, it is impossible not to have the sense of vertigo. You look over the edge, and you even though you can't see to the ground, that almost makes it worse. It's like a doorway in the darkness, and you don't know what's beyond it. You know that there are hundreds and hundreds of feet down to wherever the first piece of rocky escarpment awaits a body that falls from this place. As you do your best to judge the distance, you stand a diminutive figure on this ancient stone structure, and as the wind buffets you, no check need be made, but you know it's very, very dangerous here, particularly in this place where there's an opening in the pass. And as you try to gauge the distance, go ahead and roll d20.
Oakley dokley. Woo! Whoa! Ho, ho. Okay. 16 on the die.
Okay, yeah, you can get a pretty good eye for it, and so I'll show you here. If you go sort of from edge to edge, you're looking at a good 50, 60 feet across.
Far enough to throw, far enough for rope. Rowan's mentally doing like the hardest thing in the world in her head. And she's just kind of you can see her silhouette, and she's like, and then she'll turn around and she'll come back. Ricia, if you could give me a guesstimate, how far could you throw?
Why?
How heavy the object is.
And how much do you weigh?
Why?
To help answer Rizia's question.
I don't know. With all my stuff and stuff I have acquired, I don't know, 65, 70 pounds.
So it looks like it's about, the gap back there, about 50 feet, if not a little bit more.
Too far.
50?
Now that's just the first problem. The second problem.
At least you see it's a problem. Okay, go ahead.
I'm crazy, I'm not stupid. The second problem is...
Val will be in the background going,
she ignores that, and she points behind her, and she says, I smelled something alive just on the other side there. It doesn't smell like a man. It doesn't smell like a dragon. Looks at Rasmus. And it doesn't smell like any I've ever smelled before.
Wait a second, though. Rowan, we have been seeing tracks this whole way, correct?
Yes.
And did you see tracks over there?
A couple, but they just stopped at that edge.
At the edge, they stopped.
Yes.
And you saw things on the other side. I mean, we know that we assumed there's things over there, but you saw movement.
That's it. And just some sort of musty smell. I've never smelled anything like it before, but it doesn't smell like a man or an animal.
There's a couple conclusions that I have seen from the drow, but I would think you looked a little bit wheezy over there, Rowan. But if you could tie a rope around me, please don't throw me. But I have some guesses about the edge. One is that perhaps they can fly or levitate. Not beyond what I've seen with the drow. And that would make that way easier to do. But perhaps...
You can fly.
I wish I could fly. I cannot fly. I can't even climb.
Val continues to tie the rope around him and then hands him the dagger of returning and pats him on the back and walks away.
Thank you, Val. Back to my back.
Oh, what if there was a way we could get one end of the rope to the other side or something?
No, well, perhaps, but it's only 50 feet, and you're saying it's at least at the cross, so that is not enough room. But perhaps what I'm saying is there might be a bridge that we can't see.
Smart. Where would you keep something hidden like that?
At the edge of the footsteps.
Come with me.
Yeah.
And
are we at the bridge, or are we just kind of having someone going back and forth?
You are still staying. Rowan came back to you. Rowan is the only one that went to the bridge.
Away from the bridge.
So you're a good 75 yards from the bridge. The Tailspire view is correctly updated as well. So you're all standing on this stone road. As the mist flows by, there is this high gatehouse, stone structure on either side with jutting metal prods on the surface of it and crumbling stone fascia around it, and you can see right where the path just drops off, and there's a second gatehouse on the opposite side. That's where Rowan had walked to a moment ago and now has walked back to you.
Go ahead, Rasmus.
Val, if you would like to help me, we should probably check out the gatehouses.
Val doesn't answer.
Great idea.
kind of rolls his eyes when he hears Rowan say that and heads for one of them.
It was Rasmus, thank you very much.
So are you guys heading toward the bridge,
Rowan
or?
said, great idea.
Oh.
Val rolls his eyes.
Are you guys headed toward the bridge or no?
We'll make.
Yes.
I know. Yeah.
Rowan and Aho and Rizzy, if you would come, no offense, Rowan, but if I do fall or if that nasty bridge breaks, then I don't want to die.
Actually, she'll carry you on her shoulders closer to the edge, and as we get closer to the edge, and Rosie helps you down, she almost like acts like she's gonna throw you, and she's like, we should always weigh our options because one of our deaths are always an option, right?
Yes, the death of one
option.
compared to many.
It is an option, Rizzy. If you do desire to throw me off, that is a choice you could make. I might slit your throat first, but it's a choice you could make.
As she lets him down, she's like, I obviously wouldn't do that.
Yeah, neither would I.
There you go.
And I'll get down with them having the rope and crawl out, especially being much lighter than Rowan, feeling pretty safe about it, but not being dumb about it. But crawling out, watching those steps, and seeing if the step imprints, I don't know if there's enough snow or something to form the step, but if it looks like it lifts off normal compared to the previous steps, as if it's just another step.
Very, very good question. Let's have you make give me an intelligence roll. So roll a d20, add your intelligence bonus.
Right. Okay.
As you approach this edge, carefully sort of prodding at some of the steps that end right there, you also fight this sense of vertigo. Your stomach lurches up into your gullet.
11.
Don't look down, Anaho.
What? I got 11. 10 plus 1.
You had some skill in tracking, which you were taught by the drow. And you do note that as you look more closely, this footprint does not carry that sort of heel-toe lift mark that is made. It is as though the foot was here and then was not.
I'll reach over and grab a loose stone and just throw it in front of me off the edge of the bridge to see, just to confirm and see if it falls into the fog. Whoever or whatever was here.
Ow!
You hear nothing.
Did not walk forward. They floated or flew or used some form of magic, but they did not walk.
Could it be the drow that you were speaking of before?
If the drow have any place in here, I don't know of it, but as far as I know, the nuns come here. And the one time I encountered those Rowan, I never want to encounter them again. 2 times I encountered them.
Can Rowan... I want her to sniff the air again to get that scent. Is it still there?
Yeah, you pick it up occasionally on the wind. When the wind shifts in the right direction, when it comes, as it buffets about, when it comes toward your face, you smell that scent.
Val, do you... Go ahead.
Rizzy is actually gonna go closer to the edge as well, and as she looks down, she's actually gonna call out to Grayson.
Go ahead, call out to Grayson.
She'll walk over to the edge, and as she walks to the edge, just being very careful of her footing, and looks down into the abyss, trying to see if she can see anything through the thick fog. And she pauses for a moment. Grayson?
Do you see him there? Where is he, Rizia?
No, I don't see him.
Oh, wait. No, Grayson would be... Oh, yes, he would be inside
He should still be there. I don't know why, but he should still be there. I think.
Inside there.
Inside my keep.
Would you be able to lead us to your keep if we get to the other side?
We're on the path now. I can see. When you hold me, I can see ahead. It's just up this way. There's a gate up ahead.
Yeah, how do we get past this huge gap?
Oh, well, I don't know. You don't think that's my construction? Certainly we had much better roads in my day. I don't know what's happened here. I guess 400 years is a long time. They've done terrible with the upkeep. Shameful, really.
Any chance you can fly or carry a whole bunch of weight?
I am quite powerful, deft in combat. I can heal. There is a place where, with a certain amount of additional power, yes, you could, but I need that extra stone.
Well, that doesn't really help us right now, Halcyon. Thank you, though.
Weren't Val and Rasmus gonna check those two towers on either side?
Yep.
Yes.
We would have been doing this while you guys were doing.
Yeah,
that
I'm just
stuff.
thinking. It's just my brain's like, I wonder if there's anything in there.
As you investigate, you, Rasmus, do see a place where it looks like a garment, a piece of pant leg caught on a jagged rock of stone, and you can see it looks like a farmer's kind of coarse woven piece of pant leg with a bit of flesh that has come off with it where it caught the stone. But beyond that, you see nothing of note.
Inside of that right gatehouse.
Yeah, it's all been open, empty. The wind buffets through it. There is not of note anywhere inside it.
Gotcha. Cool. He'll exit and wait for Val to finish his sweep of the other one.
I'll see, find anything.
Nope.
You find a dragon.
Kill it.
That's messed up.
Burn it.
So what do you guys do?
Well,
Is there a ladder on either side of the bridge? He's gonna look over on the sides. I don't know about the rest of you. Val, you've had some good chance with ladies. I don't know if you can possibly charm the air to push us through it. I cannot.
Next thing you know, Val has a smolder on his face. And the wind is blowing through his face.
genuinely trying to seduce the wind.
Does Val seduce the wind, John?
Well,
that would be so amazing.
it does. It depends. Does Val turn around so that his posterior faces the wind?
Yes, and they clap for
No,
it.
I'm sorry. That doesn't work.
In the wind. It's just a gentle.
Does it work?
Hello, Wayne. No one has died yet, but it is very close to time.
Round his face over his shoulder.
You broke
towards the
my
wind,
smolder.
his posterior in the direction, the wind still blowing through his hair.
And his cheeks.
Is it working?
Nope.
Okay.
Val straightens up and goes, nope, that don't work.
Okay.
What are we not, Rasmus and Rizian, Rowan, Val? Well, you have been in lots of precarious places. What are we not noticing? I mean, we see a bridge with a big gap. But
Val,
there's something that we don't see.
Question, DM. Can
Yes.
I see? Is it snowing currently or no?
There are light flurries of snow. There's not like a heavy snowfall, but there are light flurries of snow all around, yes.
I just want to roll perception just to see if it's falling on any hidden something or other pathway.
Something invisible.
Yeah.
What if the bridge is invisible?
No, it seems to fall normally. When the rock was dropped by Anaho, it hit nothing and went off into the distance.
I've also told you about the footsteps too, and
yeah, and the footsteps which indicated that there was a foot there, and there was no There was no movement of the foot. It was there and then gone.
Guys, I don't think that there's any natural way for us to get over this bridge other than to either create a bridge itself, a rope, or fly.
Rasmus is going to cast Detect Magic.
Rasmus, as you concentrate for a moment, you sense the magical aura of those items carried by the party. The strong emanating from Halcyon, almost like trying to see a dim light with a bright light next to you. It's very powerful, but you detect no other. Make it happen. All right, 1,500 for the DM. Let the evil flow through you. Yes.
No.
Thank you, Wayne.
How dare you wish for our death?
There is nothing
Really,
magical in proximity here. Thank you, Wade.
He's just gonna jump.
I push you.
Yeah, fall. Please. Finish me. Val, Rasmus will throw you a vial, though, full of water. If
Val
you catch it.
snatches it out of there.
Cool. Keep that on you. It is holy water.
So if I'm thirsty, I should not drink it.
Unless you're going to be bitten by a certain type of creature of the night? No. Give me a second.
Does anyone have 55 feet worth of rope?
Val pulls 2 more skeins of rope out of his rucksack.
And who knows how to tie an incredibly tight, good knot?
Anaho, do you still have your crossbow?
I do, but the problem is, unless you get a secure grip on the other side, it will not hold. Whether bolt snapped when it hits, or the stone that you lasso and it pulls free.
I was thinking more of hooking it onto something.
Yes, even then, I mean, that is what I'm saying. If you hook it on one of those bare stones over there, and you pull, it might not come loose until you get someone of Rizia's magnitude on it. And then it comes free, and she dies. Which we already discussed is not an option.
Rizia, how much do you weigh?
A lot.
Enough.
Enough.
More than Rasmus, myself, and Rowan to be able to pull you?
Are you saying if she fell?
What I'm saying is it might not hold her, but if we were able to get it over, we might be able to help her across.
And lift her up all at once.
No, just secured at the other end, correct? You hold the rope and help secure it.
Yes.
It is an incredible amount of strength to hold a rope.
And it's 15 feet across?
50.
50.
Actually closer to 60.
15, we would have just thrown an aho already.
Yeah, it's actually it's actually closer to 60. It's like
I was saying it's like 55 feet.
Yeah, if here I'll show you again. I measured it so you can see. Oops, this guy here. So like from where you are to the opposite edge, it's a good 55, 60 feet. Yeah.
Yeah, see.
And that is also assuming that whoever throws whatever, rope, person, there is a downward force when you throw. And those stones obviously do not hold together.
Man, it would be great if this bridge wasn't broken.
That would be great. Would be great. It would be great if there was some path or if there was some other way around. Unless we just go down.
If I look at like the bridge, like I know I'm gonna get the little vertigo thing, but if I like kind of look like maybe like on one end and look at it diagonally. There's no ladder. There's no nothing that looks like it could lead down, or it doesn't even look like we could climb down. Or
It's simply, so it's supported by buttresses. You see stone buttresses that connect back to the cliff wall. Everything that connected this structure, only these pieces only stay because the buttresses still hold them up. The piece that was between, which was clearly supported by some sort of underpinning beams, that is what has crumbled away, just leaving the ends which are attached to the buttresses at the gatehouse. There are no ladders, there are no connecting pieces. There is a 60-ish foot, 58, 60-ish foot gap with the yawning abyss of clouds beneath you.
Val is clearly getting frustrated. He starts tying the rope around himself now, and anchoring it to one of the stones on the side there. And then
we will not have enough.
Part of it to,
You're not gonna jump, are you?
hands part of it to Rizia and said, if this comes undone, don't let me die.
Val,
Starts climbing down.
Val, give me a second.
You're
is
climbing,
that
not
50
jumping.
or more feet?
Oh, Val, don't you have that stone, the floaty stone?
Is Josh not being heard? He's like, I'm hearing you, Josh. Is everyone else not hearing Josh?
Is
What?
that,
Josh is talking?
is that 100 feet of rope or 50?
I'm not sure. In total, I had 3 skates. I had 1 around Anaho, and I had 2 more.
Okay.
How long is rope? Usually rope is like 50 feet.
It's usually
Usually
50.
it's 50.
I
But
have.
Val, you're going down, correct? It sounded like we all thought you were going to jump. Are you going down or are you jumping?
As he's like dangling there.
Rasmus, what are you saying?
The wind gently moving him.
His hair is like flowing.
Rasmus.
It's beautiful.
Who? Anaho, please tie this to the end of Val's. Val's, give me your hand.
Rizia, you might want to do this.
Someone tie this to
I mean,
the
I
end.
can show you the
Oh.
knot, Rizia, but I need your strength to really get that good and tight.
Val will stay there. He's not dangling kind of a thing. He's still kind of just perched on the end. He hasn't fully gone below. His feet are there. He has a hand on the rope and a hand on the edge. So it looks kind of like a diver, but he's facing up instead of to dive down. So he's there like this.
Like you're rappelling.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you trust me?
I'm tired of this and not having an answer. Tell me what you're thinking, otherwise I'm going down.
You have to trust me.
That don't work with us, Rasmus. Just tell her what you're thinking.
Val just looks at you. He doesn't respond.
It feels like there's a lot of weak bonds here, and I would like a little bit of trust. Please.
He doesn't budge.
Okay. And Rasmus will look at someone else. I need 100 feet of rope.
So here's the 50 that I have. You can take it from me.
He's going to begin tying it. Okay.
What is it you need, Rasmus? I have been with you long enough. What do you need me?
I just need someone to hold the other side.
Well, I can't hold you up if that's the thing.
Yeah, I know.
Rowan will take the other part of the rope and give it to Rizzy to hold.
Yeah. Rizzy will actually take another rope out of her pack and hand it to you.
Okay.
What
That
is
should
the
be enough,
difference of
shouldn't
what
it?
you're doing and Val
Just-
is doing?
100 feet, hold on to the end, and Rasmus runs and jumps off.
As like Rizzy, as she
That will
sees
kill
like
Rizzy.
Erasmus jump off, like she immediately panics and starts winding it around her arm and braces herself.
And you feel no impact.
That will not kill Rizzy.
As John, if you would like to describe it.
Yeah, so as he turns, suddenly, like, without warning, he plants a foot and he leaps off. You see him vanish into the clouds, and as the rope unfurls, you feel there's never a pull.
Anaho, check over
don't-
the edge. I don't feel a pull.
Hey, he died. You're still alive.
No, not dying.
Rowan
Please,
shouts,
Jack.
Rasmus!
You look down.
Yeah.
The rope is no longer in your hands. It's gone, like it became mist in your hands.
Rizia will run to the edge and almost and lay on the ground, actually. Arms like hanging over the edge, and she's calling to Rasmus.
Call out to him.
If you do not have the rope, it is not that he fell.
Let her call out to him. Call out to him.
Rasmus!
Hey. Could
No,
you keep
no,
it
no,
down?
no, no, no.
No, come on.
Nope, you can't. Not now. Now, if you choose to, you can't do that while you're in that. If you follow me.
Dang.
Did he just fall?
I had the rope. I swear I had the rope.
Jesus.
She's still like laying on the ground, like looking.
Yeah, I feel like we're all
desperately.
waiting for
She's
something.
desperately.
Yeah, it's like I'm also now desperate for answers.
Yeah, she is
we're all
desperately
watching and
searching.
waiting
She's
for him.
laying. Yeah, she's laying on the ground like.
Well, Wayne asked me to kill a PC, and so I thought this was the quickest way to do it. If I could convince one to jump off a cliff, that saves all that to hit and initiative stuff and just gets us right down to business. You see, as you're staring over the edge, a moment later, there's some movement on the opposite end of the bridge, and you look up and you see at first it's an image it's like shimmering, and as it takes form, it looks like itself is mist, and then the mist realizes into the form of Rasmus standing on the opposite parapet. And he's got the rope in his hand, and he's looking confused at the rope dangling down into the abyss. And he's on the opposite side now, holding the rope.
No, it was still wrapped around my arm because I had it wrapped around my arm like that.
No.
Oh no.
It vanished. That's what I'm telling you. The rope vanished. It was gone. So you were holding the rope, and then when he disappeared, you looked down. The rope was gone off your arm.
And Rasmus has it.
And Rasmus bows, and he's going to pull out his crossbow and start wrapping it so he can try and shoot the rope back over to the other side.
And you see this look from Rizia, like so relieved that you're on the other side, but it's like, I'm going to freaking kill you when I get to that other side. I will kill you.
And he smiles and bows.
He
And you see her
continues to
shake
amaze
her
me every
head,
time.
and you see her shake her head with a deep sigh as she looks up at you, relieved that you're there, but just that whole roller coaster of emotions. You could tell that she's just still kind of coming down from it.
And as you look at him, even from this distance, you see something you haven't seen for quite some time. You see that little patch of black that sometimes has been under his skin. It comes up and just briefly travels across his face and then goes back down under his collar.
And then again, taking a deep sigh, closing her eyes and looking down and understanding, being able to put two and two together.
Yes, Val?
Val has this like look on his face of just unrational anger. Like he is pissed beyond belief and steaming. He gets up and he just starts coiling up his rope. And he's just standing there, angry. That was it.
So Rasmus, how do we do that?
I'm just going to try and fire the crossbow bolt back over on the other side with the rope.
I'm not
How
playing
well is
catch.
that crossbow going to
We have
to
no
shoot with
idea.
all this
We'll
wind
see.
that's going on?
Yeah, so it's not a difficult shot. So you aim sort of across the bridge. Even with the wind, your crossbow is going to knife through it, and you can sort of wait for a moment where you have a bit of a wind to your back. And it is a difficult thing, though, with a rope tied to it and 50 feet of rope. So, boom, as you let off that crossbow bolt, It kind of flies true, and then as the weight of the rope, uncoils and pulls, you just see the bolt drops off into the abyss.
I thought as much.
How about the big stone?
I'll keep trying. He's also going to look behind him at whatever that creature was that Rowan had described.
As you look over your shoulder, again, it's quite some distance up ahead, but you turn back over your shoulder, and as the steps lift up, you can see there is another gatehouse there, but you do not see any signs of movement. From this angle here, as you can see, the stones occlude your view from the gatehouse. You can just see the very tops of the gatehouse up here, whereas the folks across can still see, because of their angle, the edges of the gatehouse.
Okay, cool.
We have multiple ropes. Val, would you be able to show Rasmus how to get the rope across?
I can't help but think of our viewers. You guys are so patient. Our viewers riveting as they watch the party spend 30 minutes figuring out how to get across.
It's a big gap.
It is a big gap, yes.
Listen, if you don't DM, now you know what it's like to be a DM. And your players sit there and take forever
Be
to
patient with
decide
us as we try to
how
bridge.
not to die.
All right, so Rasmus, yes, you're able to take a stone, as you said. You tie the rope around a hefty stone, and you all see this. You clatter out of the way, and, you can easily chuck a stone that distance even with the rope. You have to give it a good, hard throw, because the rope does gain weight to it, but you choose a stone, that's got a good sort of 7-8 pounds to it, and you chuck it with a high arc, and even if it takes you 2 or 3 times, eventually you're going to be able to get that stone. It clatters and lands on the opposite at your feet. Actually lands right at the feet of the fuming Valfino.
Grab it, grab it, grab it, grab it, grab it!
You see the rope kind of, as it's pulling the weight, the stone starts to...
Come on!
Val contemplates kicking it.
No!
God, please.
He bends down and he grabs it. In the weight of just with the wind and the rope, he definitely stumbles a little bit.
No.
How close is he to the edge?
How close are you to the edge?
Me?
Yeah, I mean, he's pretty close, because he got, reasonably close to get the shortest distance across the bridge.
No, Val. How close was Val to the edge? Because he just came up, but he definitely stumbles with, the...
Yeah, I mean, no, you're not that close. Rowan was slightly ahead of you, as was Anaho. You're about 4 feet away from the edge.
Okay. So he does not do a nosedive. He grabs it and tosses it to Anaho.
Okay.
Okay, well, thank you, Val. Thank you. But Rizia, I might need your girth to be able to check the stone and also actually tighten the knot. I can do the knot if you'd like, but to really make sure that it is in place. You want to kick or hit, or I know you've punched stone before. You want to find a good rock?
Oh, just tie the knot.
I can tie the knot, but I don't want the stone to come loose. Rizia, will you give a good check to this rock?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so eventually you try enough. This is a DM being victim of his own reputation for fatality, and so yeah, you check several areas. You find a good solid stone. You're able to get the rope wrapped around it. Now, still, this looks like no easy feat. You're going to cross 50 feet of rope over an empty chasm. And it's a single, rope, so it's going to be there's still going to be some checks involved, particularly with the wind buffeting back and forth. But Rasmus is also able to tie it off quite nicely, and soon you have a good solid rope that goes across this chasm. And in fact,
I'll go first.
And I'll give you, I believe I can do it like this, and so it kind of goes pillar to pillar there, and then I hit that. And it remains persistent. So there's your rope going across the edge. And who's going first?
I'll go first. I'm the lightest one, so if anything happens, there's at least it's not as much of a pull on everyone. And also, I'm the lightest one. I'll go first.
All right, you grip.
Godspeed, Anaho.
You grip hold of the rope, tucking your crossbow away. You give the rope a good solid tug. The fibers rough beneath your hands. You feel the wind give you a good buffet, and even though you know you're very strong with manipulating your body weight, this is still a daunting task that lies before you.
For sure.
And you
also before he goes, I just want to make sure that Rowan or someone is at least close to that rope in case it does slip. So have someone at the ready just in case.
Rizia would be assuming that she'd go last, so she'd probably be there.
All right, Rizia, you stand next to that rope, and
toss my legs up over, hook my ankles around each other, even if my hands give out. Hopefully, I have my ankles to hold me for a moment.
Okay, all right. So, you. Oh, yes. I love how yours always turns upside down. But you grab hold of the rope, and you're going to make 2 climb checks. So I need you to roll and give me what your roll is on each of those climb checks. It'll be the first 25 feet and the second 25 feet. If this were vertical, you'd be making it every 10 feet. But have any of you ever climbed a horizontal rope?
Yeah.
Any distance? If you've done like a Spartan race or whatever, it is not as easy as you think at distance. Now, fortunately, the lighter you are, the easier it is. So Anaho will have the easiest time of it. Go ahead, Anaho. What's your roll?
Well, here's my roll and my -1 to climb.
Oh, -1. What? With your dexterity? Are you sure?
Yeah, climb strength.
Strength. It's strength. That's right. Yep. All right. What's your first one?
I've lived a good life. I've made peace with my deity.
No.
I got a
As
total
he's
of
crossing the rope.
4.
A 4.
I got 5 -1.
My God.
As you are going across the rope, you can't help but it's a bit of heavy anxiety. You cast a glance over one shoulder right as you're hit by a buffet of wind, as though the mountain itself gave a good blow and tried to buffet you off this rope. As you take it, your leg comes loose and you twist. You have to let go with one hand, and you now dangle by one hand. I need you to make another climb check, or you are letting go.
Call upon your god, Anaho.
You're talking to me. I was like, there's nothing I can do, bro. I could use Mage Hand. Be smaller.
You know, do you guys have more rope? Why didn't you tie a rope to his ankle?
Because
and hold it as he went across, so if he fell...
Just trying to progress the story.
I mean, guys, come on.
Let us die.
My players, there was an easy safety measure here. All right, Anaho.
Listen, we had to make our way through like a human blender, okay? We are scared for our lives.
So I have my hand around...
Do you have any +1s from the audience?
I don't think so.
Wait,
pretty sure.
Anaho, you have 8.
Count is right here. You have 8.
Do you know we have this thing called the chat in our?
Hey.
Potato. He trying not to die.
Potato internet. Okay. Well, I'll use them.
Well, wait, so you can only use up to 5, or you can. Well, you can use 10 for a half action, but that doesn't do you no good here. So you can either choose to do a +5, or you can choose to roll with advantage.
Man, the chat is
I roll like crap, but I'll take the advantage.
All right, so you're going to roll 2d20?
Yep.
All right, here we go.
So I have my hand grabbing, ankles loose, other hand...
dangling, the wind buffets you.
My skin freezing, yet the warmth around my chest area. Not with a grin, but with peace. The first time, peace is foreign to me. I don't know what that is. I feel one of my fingers start to loosen up as my hand starts to open. First roll was a 6.
Oh my goodness.
Second roll was a 6.
A 6.
Both rolls were a 6.
Rory, you're giving me anxiety.
And you have a -1.
It was a 7 -1 both times.
Oh, it was a 7.
-1, so a 6.
You need a 6 to stay on this rope. When you told me 6, I thought it was -1, 5. I literally thought Anaho was just dead. However, that is only a stabilization roll. So you're still, like, so you don't fall, you stabilize yourself a bit. Now you've got to try to get your legs back up on the rope. So roll again.
Why does it feel like we're here every session with Anaho?
It really...
Crossing a rope, almost dying.
What'd you roll, Anaho? Did you roll?
He's gone.
You still have +3, by the way.
Anaho,
Okay.
I'm gonna reach through the phone, and I'm gonna...
+3.
That's a 3.
Did you roll a nat 1?
I'll wait. So I'll use my +3. Okay, because that's all I got left. I rolled a 3, so that's a 2. So I got a 5.
Oh no.
Okay.
John, I sent you a message.
I have.
So
We're gonna have a little mini funeral for little mini Anaho.
John, I sent you a message. Please let me know.
There's no way.
You see Anaho lose his grip on the rope as he is buffeted.
Yeah, John.
And he drops. There's a low, boom, almost a twang of the rope as his hand gripping it slips off and pulls it like a large string, as though a final note.
He's in there, that mother.
Val starts tying the rope around his waist again.
All of you stare over.
This is where he's closing the session like a poop head.
I hate you.
I'm not closing this session.
Oh, let me know! I sent you a message!
Don't you worry about me. You worry about you. All you guys keep playing. You see Anaho.
Anaho?
Dang it.
Anaho?
Rasmus is going to go comatose. F you, John. Gosh, Rory.
Rowan's gonna like shout one, almost like the loudest she's probably ever screamed during the game, like Anaho! You can kind of like hear it reverberate into the silence of the wind.
Val once again is about to do a swan dive for Anaho.
Rasmus's body falls backwards as Rasputin pulls itself from his body and dives down after.
You see something bizarre at the other end of the bridge. As Anaho vanishes, you see Rasmus' body. It wrenches, and for the first time that you have seen in some time, Rasputin manifests as though crawling straight out of Rasmus' mouth. When he does this, you see Rasmus' body fall back. Thunk! His head bounces off of the cobblestones. You take 2 points of damage, and you see his head loll to the side, his tongue hanging out of his mouth. And Rasmus stands and dives into the abyss. Or Rasputin, rather.
Yeah.
Dives into the abyss, his ebony form vanishing into the clouds.
Literally waiting on bated breath.
All right. So, Josh, you have the fall, so you have the normal fall momentum, which means you would just always be behind Anaho as he falls. But you also have flight, which adds to that speed in this form, which is very interesting that this is manifested. Was not anticipated.
Yep.
But I'm going to need you to roll a d6 with me, please. We've got an initiative roll to make here.
Oh.
Can't I have Hob do it for me?
Nope.
What?
Hob always wins.
Listen, it's when you say that is when I lose.
4.
4 on the die, and the DM has. Well, let's go ahead and roll it on the screen here, shall we?
Oh my god.
This is too important, lest anyone suspect there be fudging.
Me, but I get initiative bonus as Rasmus. I'm guessing this does not apply.
No, but actually Rasputin also does. He has. I took that off because it was in PF1E terms, and it was expressed as a D20, which was irrelevant. But he gets the same +1. So that would, you rolled a 4, so you have a 5. All right. Anaho falling. And here we go on the D6. What is that?
A 4.
A 4! Rasmus in Rasmus form, you see through Rasputin's eyes, but you're a shared consciousness, his thoughts jumbling together with yours. You feel consternation as clearly this is not what he intended this union to be betwixt the two of you. But you dive headfirst through the gloaming. You can see just barely the little feet of Anaho as they twitch up and down in the air. You speed toward him. You catch up. You are now just feet away. Roll initiative again. You see the edges of the cliffside going past. You have a 4 on the die.
So it's
that's a 5. Okay. All right, DM. Here we go. The roll again.
Miss it.
Oh, it fell off into the ether. Will it give me the total? No, it's like rolling. Oh, a 2. I rolled a 2. Okay. You managed. Rasputin's ebony hand. You see this figure coming out of the loam right above you. It looks like blackness. At first, Anaho, it looks like some creature of the abyss. You don't even recognize Rasputin at first. And then as that hand grabs your foot and you feel your descent being arrested, you look over your shoulder. Your head is mere feet from jagged stone as you are suspended in midair, and now you recognize Rasputin hovering above you, holding you by one foot.
Good to see you, my dear friend.
Yes!
Rasputin will pull Anaho back up to the other side and will begin ferrying the rest across. And then once he's done, he will return to Rasmus's body.
It is. Well, I mean, I'm not gonna. So you have the choice. You see Anaho now appear on the other edge, carried in the arms of Rasputin. Rasmus' body still lays slack, drool freezing on the side of his mouth, his eyes wide, his head lolled back. As in a comatose state, and you see Rasputin appear on this side, and he looks at you. Only you can tell this by his face turning towards you. There are no eyes, there is no nose, there is no mouth. This amorphous ebony form stands over you. And actually, hang on here. I've got his.
Are you saying stand towards Anaho or the rest of the group?
No, he's already dropped you off on the opposite edge. And now he lands on
Rasmus then.
Correct. Okay, you walk over to Rasmus and you see him in the form that I described, utterly non-responsive.
Yeah.
Party, you now see the vast ebony form of Rasputin float across the chasm and land here, his form staring at you silently, and you see he just holds arms out.
As he appears, Rizzy will actually fall to her knees in front of him and just thank him profusely for saving both Anaho and getting Rasmus across.
So I'm not going to make you cry, but go ahead and thank him. Roleplay it.
You see as this form comes up, she's kind of looking at him. As she falls to her knees, she actually looks down at his feet. She doesn't look up at him. Thank you, Rasputin, for saving him. And she looks up to meet his empty face. As she kind of absorbs and looks and kind of takes him in his form and his shape in, because she's seen Rasputin in different forms, but nothing like this before. And almost looks at him curiously, just to see this creature, this thing that has been one with Rasmus for so long, come into physical form.
No words are uttered, but silently you see a nod, and giant ebony arms reach down and wrap around you with an iron grip. Do you resist?
No.
With this, yes, no, I'm sorry, I did not mean utters. And with that, he easily transports you to the other side. Then he returns and comes back, looking down at Valfino and Rowan.
Rowan is going to go up to this being, Rasputin, and she's going to give him a playful punch to the chest, with tears just kind of like, not falling, but in her eyes as she's trying to keep them, like, you know, keep herself in check. She's like, thank you, but don't ever do any of that again. Now take me over.
All right, and you are ferried over as well, leaving only Valfino. Valfino, you stare up at the impassive mask of blackness, like a void standing before you. It holds out its arms.
Val will stand and just kind of stare for a moment, and then walk forward and take its hand, or whatever it outstretches. He's hesitant, but he understands that he needs to continue.
All right. Then you also are taken across. And as soon as this is done, you see Rasmus slides over to the form of, or Rasputin slides over to the form of Rasmus, who lies on the cold stone, Anaho leaning over him, tending to him, and with a squelching, squishing sound, he crawls in through the mouth. You see Rasmus' body violently shake for a moment. You see his skin go pallid, and then his eyes flutter open.
Rasmus will immediately go in like a fetal position, but pull himself against the wall, looking around, wild eyes, the pallid skin still there.
Rowan will go over to Rasmus and Anaho and kind of like put either hand on either of his shoulders and like, you're all right. You did it. You did it.
He's going to keep an arm up. Don't.
Are you okay?
Just don't touch me right now. As he's going to lean up and over the wall and just begin throwing up over the side. And you see the visible dribble of just blood down the back of his head from where he fell and hit the stonework.
Rowan is going to start looking for some sort of like cloth, and if anything, she'll tear off a piece of the long matted fur thing that she has. And when Rasmus says it's okay to touch him, she's going to try to tend to his wound in the back of his head.
Okay, all right, you do so, and you gently tend to his wound.
And Rowan just keeps saying, you did good, thank you. Like she keeps like giving him gentle praises.
And sadly, he will actually not allow you to tend to him. He'll take the ribbon and just thank you not meeting your gaze, and will just shakily put it on himself.
So we're going to show our fan art in a moment, and we're going to take our giveaways, and we're going to release a couple of the players that will need to go quickly. We have still the Troll Lord gift card, and then we have the grand prize tonight, which is the Scarlet Brotherhood. But I want to move forward just a little bit, so we'll have opportunity for further discussion. But now that you are here and you're standing at this edge, the movement becomes clear. You see, the moment you touch down, there is a figure ahead that started walking down these steps. You can hear the sound of metal armor scraping on ancient stone. As the figure grows closer, you can see the little bit of light that makes its way through the dark clouds glints off of armor. Armor dark and crimson. Looks like spikes that extend a foot off of a helmet. And you can see from here it looks as though the creature stands much taller than a man. As it approaches you, I'm going to show you a picture of what you see. So for our fans now, they're going to see two things. You're going to see the tail spire view, and I think this will give you a sense. Here is the figure that approaches you on this stone walkway. You hear the rattle of chain and the scrape of metal. From this distance, you can smell that strange scent like nothing you've smelled before. And this thing looks to stand perhaps 10 feet tall. But as you look at it closely, it is the mask that appears the strangest. A visor with slits across the eyes, strange horns that extend from the helm, plates of armor and mail, and it stands silently like a sentinel.
Dang it.
You
I didn't think I'd be here to fight this. Meanwhile, I did this.
Oh my gosh.
For those of you that are wondering what the reaction is, this piece of artwork was submitted to me by Hob many, many months ago.
Thank you so much, Hob.
She had no idea how it would manifest.
So hard on this.
But this,
but I hate you so much.
This is.
Can I introduce the name?
Well,
or are you gonna do it?
So for now, you know it only as the Sentinel. And the Sentinel clearly stands watch here, and as it looms before you, the menace that comes from it is clear. And so with that, tonight, we will end Blue Box Greyhawk Awakening, Session 101, as our party, confused, tired, Rasmus now having burned through 2 of his special abilities, which can only be used once a week or once every 3 days. The rope still tied. This precipice and shade wall still mocking you ahead. And so we end Session 101 of Greyhawk Awakening. Bravo, bravo. Thank you, players. And yes, you guys were super awesome sauce tonight. If you haven't yet, type in the chat !troll. We're going to do that giveaway in just 2 minutes. I know that we have a couple players that may need to bounce early, so whenever you need to bounce, just go ahead and bounce. Quickly, let's have Becca and Rory tell us why you should be Stream MVP. Let's start with you, Anaho.
Because I almost died.
Dude, your rolls sucked tonight. Those were horrible.
It's the last 5 years, John. I'm sorry.
Mike, Necromantic DM, you have the Troll Lord's gift card, my friend. I'm going to set up the grand prize giveaway here. Everyone, hang on. You're going to have a chance to enter that. Go ahead, Rory. Sorry.
Just the RP in the beginning at the campsite, going forward with Val, trying to understand or get him to understand, maybe not go so far, and then going back to the group and saying, hey, we got to get going. Got everyone going, catching up, getting a ride from Rizia, because that snow is literally like halfway up my body. And then also trying to problem solve how to get over this bridge, trying to think about, like looking at those footprints, seeing that they lifted, they didn't go forward, things like that. And almost dying, so I think I should get it for my rolls. Definitely for my rolls. They were outstanding rolls.
Very nicely done, and I'll tell you who you're rolling for in just a minute. Okay. So it's going to be !Scarlet in the chat, !Scarlet. That is for the Scarlet Brotherhood book that we are giving away tonight, and so pop that in the chat for an opportunity to win this gorgeous book. Actually, hang on here. Wait. Stop. Let me refresh this.
There was a troll one, the Troller Games one too. Did you give that one up?
I did. That went to Mike just a moment ago. Necromantic
Okay, yeah.
DM won that. I'm sorry, everybody that typed Scarlet, please type it again. I hadn't set up the giveaway properly, so please go ahead and type it again if you just typed it to make sure you get in there. All right. Why should you be Stream MVP, Valfino?
Well, Val is such a moody guy. Like,
He
I
is.
think today it showed quite a bit with his coming out of the outburst he had last session with Rowan, and just continuing and kind of adding to it with waking up and seeing them both in the same bedroll. It just messed with them, and just continuing to take that moodiness and that frustration and him realizing he needs to stay with these people. He doesn't feel like he belongs, but he made a promise and he's going to continue. So just that's why Val, he's moody.
Yeah, no doubt. And well played, Moody. He was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
And this sort of very, very broken not love triangle between Rizia, Rowan, and Valfino has been a lot of fun. All right, so Rory, I'm going to let you go ahead and roll. You're going to roll for Dark Elf Twilight, and I'm going to let you roll as well. Becca, you're going to roll for Pat Draws, who never wins.
Who never wins.
Never wins.
So,
For Dark Elf, 1 or 2?
Dark Elf Twilight.
Yeah,
What
1 or
is-
2 rolls.
Oh, you sub, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, just
It's good because my first roll was a 1.
1. And second roll is a 5.
Was a 3.
Are you kidding me?
Wow.
Rory, those are your brand new gorgeous blue box dice.
I think Becca should just make
How
all the
dare you
rolls.
profane them in such fashion?
And a 2.
Wait,
and a
Becca
6.
said
All right, all right, you guys got to go. So, all right, Becca, make your roll for Pat Draws. And then you get ready to tell why you should be Stream MVP. Rowan, go ahead.
My first
I-
roll was a 3.
A 3, okay.
Yeah.
My second roll was a 19.
A 19.
Holy cow.
No, not for he who never wins. Okay, let's go to you, Rowan. Why should...
dice? What can I say?
There you go. Rowan, why should you be Stream MVP? Rory, Becca, you guys have a great night. We'll see you right back here next week. Rory, you're running Fall of Red Dawn on Sunday, right?
On Monday the 16th.
Monday the 16th. So Monday the 16th, a special Fall of Red Dawn because the Vikings are in the playoffs. Fall of Red Dawn will not be this Sunday. All right, go ahead and tell us why you should be Stream MVP.
You should just vote for me. I mean, honestly, if you just vote for Rowan, why not vote for Rowan? She brings the drama, the spice, and everything nice. And what's not to like?
everything.
Well done. All right, and you will be rolling for, let's see here, Moose. Jeff, you are in the roll-off.
Moose.
All right, and now let's go to you. Why should Rizia be Stream MVP, Vivia?
Vivia. Vivia should be Stream MVP. I think for continuing to RP that's RP and develop her relationships with everybody in the group, i.e. With Anaho and carrying him, and then kind of like him rubbing off on Rizia and like starting to say the same crap and annoying Raz is like, oh my god, here we go again. And with Rowan in regards to just developing, like I think you can tell that there is something there, but it's nothing that they're going to go after right away. Rizia is very just even at their like the very subtle and small advances, they're not anything like bold and wild and out there, like just hanging on to her wrist a little bit longer. And that was good RP actually with Rowan, and I forgot about that, Rowan and Anaho, in regards to like life or death and whether or not like their 3 choices and stuff like that. And
Yeah, I love that part. Yeah.
Yeah, Anaho like even considered an option of our death over thousands of people.
Just strangers.
He's like, it's either thousands of people or you two.
The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few.
or the one?
What is your life?
Yeah. So then, so I think it was that was a good RP as well. Her RP with Rasmus in trusting what he was going to do, but then completely being lost, being sure that she had the rope as he disappeared into the abyss, not feeling, laying down on the edge of the bridge to kind of see if he was still there, things like that. So and then just being confused about where Valfino's like disdain or anger is coming from, like, or is like his saltiness is kind of coming from. She's just like,
he's so moody.
Yeah, like, why is he so moody? Like, what did I do?
I don't understand.
Yeah,
He's going through a phase.
through a phase, yeah.
He's
and
a
then
teenager.
just with Rowan coming into her bedroll, but she like clearly invited her in a non-obviously sexual way. Just, you know, you're cold, you got to keep warm, like, come on in. And that's funny because.
But you're saying she's got a chance.
What did I say? Rizia loves melons. And if you guys were paying attention, anytime Rizia had gotten hit on by a man in past, she had always said, "You're not my type."
I did not pick up on that. Very interesting. Very interesting.
We just learned.
She said
Okay.
every single time, if you look back, when a man has hit on Rizia, she has said, "You are not my type." So she had just left it like that. Oh, look, they're back.
You know, she has, and I had not realized. What are you doing back, guys?
Together.
Skylar fell asleep.
What's that?
Skylar already went to bed.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I keep you up too late?
He's not feeling
He's
well.
not feeling well, so he's already asleep.
Okay. Well, hey, roll out the dice. We're going another hour. No, I'm just kidding. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So that's excellent. And you, Rowan, will be rolling for. Dun, dun, dun,
Oh,
dun, dun.
no, me,
Already-
Rizia.
Rizia. I'm sorry, Rizia. I meant
The
Rizia.
other R.
Yeah. No, I'm sorry, Mike. You can't win twice tonight. Sorry, can't win twice. Ishinloki, are you still with us?
Are you still?
Are you still in the chat? I hadn't
you
noticed
still in
you
the chat?
in chat
Are you
recently.
still with
Ziegler.
us?
It looks like he is.
Siglin.
We'll give him a moment while we're waiting for him to respond.
Your sexual person.
2 reminders.
Melons.
Patient Lovey.
Great.
Tomorrow night, we are joined by this amazing lady. This is Ashlyn, the dollar store DM. And she knows Josh, and she's still coming on, which is actually remarkable.
I was like, she's right, guys.
But she's also good friends with Manda. Well, I don't know about good friends, but they talk. Manda, Mystical Unicorn, and a fantastic creator. It's going to be great to have her on with us tomorrow night. We'll start at 5:30. We'll also be joined by Rachel. You've seen her in the chat tonight, Kateria. Rachel will be with us. So it'll be me, Rob, Rachel, and Ashlyn, the dollar store DM. We'll be talking everything from crafting to D&D to the trials and tribulations of girl gamers. And that will be tomorrow night. Don't miss that at 5:30. And then also be with us on Monday for our
Sunday.
Monday night for our Fall of Red Dawn. And then the next week we go right into GHA, LMA, and then your weekly sessions of Tears of Aird. Lots of exciting stuff happening here on Blue Box. All right, why should Rasmus be stream MVP?
Because he's happy, crappy, and down blappy.
Mad at his pappy.
You could have done so much better.
I know. I'm not John or you. I can't do that.
Yes, you can.
You're right.
Ow.
You can.
Rasmus is
Oh shit.
is
Wait, where'd the booty bandit go?
the booty bandit has disappeared. Rob the button ran. Also, the selves look like parents in a parent-teacher conference at the moment. It makes me
Yeah, they totally do.
really
It's like,
nervous.
please
Oh,
don't
they
let
do.
my son.
You're right.
like, no, I'm sorry, Mom, Dad. I'm not getting good grades.
Why were you called to the principal's office, son?
I'm not
That's how you
as
should feel,
good.
Josh.
No, I'm not as good as Skylar. I can never live up to him. Yeah, but on that depressing note, Rasmus is in a really bad place ending the session, just really messed up at the moment. Similar to our Gary Con session that was lost with Brim way back when that whole panic attack happened on stream.
Yes.
Oh, the dog. But yeah, no, he's not in a good place. He's done his best to try and help the party this time in delving into those deep, dark recesses of his new abilities and burning through those. So we'll see what happens next time.
Greyhawk Awakening.
Greyhawk Awakening.
Nice. And as Jester said, who cares about Rasmus? Rasputin is bae.
Yeah, true. That's being for this.
If you missed Tears of Air, there was the most epic slam on one of my NPCs yesterday. The kids quickly they were matched up with some other school-age children from a rival school, and they're in disguise. So it's a very, very upper crust, and they were very cocky and arrogant. And at one point, Cameron, who plays Dahlia, looked at this little boy who was being quite obnoxious and said, "Drab," and just looked away and rolled a nat 20 on her intimidation check, absolutely crushing his ego and leading him to a life of despair and crime. Okay, so Stream MVP is up for the vote. Go ahead, upper right-hand corner, you can vote, and Josh, you will be rolling for tonight. Dun, dun, dun. Robert Phantom NJ!
I rolled for him last week, and I failed him last week.
Okay, you have a chance to redeem yourself. So far we have Becca. Becca has the lead, and before we roll, we do have one question to ask you tonight. If you're watching the stream tonight and you've not followed, if you're a follower and somehow you have managed to escape Robert's deluge of gift subs tonight and you're still not subbed, or if you're a sub whose sub has expired and you have not resubbed, say it's not so. If you're not in our Discord, if you haven't seen our website, if you don't have a blue box tattoo on your nether regions, we have one question for you. What are you doing? Come on, give us a follow.
I'll get that tattoo right now.
All right.
Tattoo set right here.
All right, go ahead, Rowan. Roll.
You have a stick and pick.
I do.
Yeah, go for it, Rowan. Row.
I will do it.
Make that roll.
I'm going.
Okay, fine.
Okay, so the first one was a 2, so Moose, I'm sorry. The second one is, it's 11.
11, all right. So
sorry, Moose.
we still have a lead for Pat Draws. We cannot end this way. He must never win. Go ahead, Rizia.
Okay, I have 2. So the first one. Oh, and see, look, and I have my new liquid core dice, which I absolutely love. They're the best things in the. Oh, it keeps dissipating because it's green. They're the best things in the whole entire world. So the first one is an 8. Second one.
Okay.
Big money, no whammy. 17.
Oh,
wow.
So close. We're down to one last opportunity here. And yes, Blue Box Con is coming up May 17th or 19th through the 21st. I think I have that date right. Yeah, I think that's right. And we're going to have a bunch of people here. We're going to play a bunch of games. We're going to have a lot of fun stuff. And we will have a karaoke night this year as well, in which I have absolutely committed, if certain people are in attendance, that I will go out. I will not only be at karaoke, I will sing, and I commit to blow your doors off with my performance.
I got to actually get to go to karaoke. Euphemism. I missed last time.
Yeah, I did too. All right, go ahead, Josh.
You came a day late, right?
We have a tie betwixt Rasmus and Rowan.
Why?
All right, so
give it to.
No. We're kick off another poll. Can you do a 30-second poll, please? Just kick it off for 30 seconds, head to head between Rasmus and Rowan. The player who gets this gets 2,000 experience points now in this game for winning stream MVP. So go ahead and make your roll.
Okay, maybe give it to Rowan.
Go ahead and make your roll, Josh.
My first roll was a 16, and I was waiting to do the second one.
That's a 17.
You got 30 seconds to vote.
That's a 6.
Pat Draws! He finally won!
Who never wins?
Wow.
Congratulations to Pat Draws. Please, before you go, take one moment, vote for Stream MVP. We're going to get ready to set up our raid. I want to say thank you to all of you mad chatters. Great support again tonight. Thank you. Some of you came in late, like Wayne and others. Thank you so much. For those of you who are here from the beginning, many of you here from the first moment of the stream. We wasted a little bit of extra time today just saying hi to our players and whatnot at the beginning. We'll jump right into the resumption of combat at the beginning of next session. But I do want to say from the bottom of our heart, thank you from all the Blue Box community here to all the mad chatters and all your support tonight. Thank you to my players. You guys rock, giving up your time, even neglecting your child as Becca and Rory did tonight.
Oh my God!
You kept them from the most wonderful kid in the world.
I know. And the winner by 2 votes is Rowan. You are stream MVP tonight. Oh, that was a close one. That was absolutely outstanding. All right.
Because you were hitting on
Rowan
Rizzy.
did
Oh, it's
so
because I was
much.
brave tonight. That's why.
I think that might have pushed you over the edge. It really might have. All right, so as I get ready to raid here tonight, any final thoughts any of you have for the Mad Chatters?
Tell your moms you love them.
Thank you for watching us for a long time, trying to figure out how to cross the bridge.
That's so true.
Yeah, thank you.
Super appreciate it.
We really, really do.
All this, the real MVPs over here for sticking that out while we decided.
Absolutely. And thank you for all the follows. Thank you for all the subs. We're going to raid Sensei Suplex. He's a fellow member of the community. I'm actually going to have him on an LMA here very soon. He and I are working out the times to do that. So pop in and say hi to him. And big love coming here from your Blue Box friends. And with that said, Blue Box signing out. Everybody have a great week. We love